Okay, I'm recording. So if we like, I had for syncing them up. I was thinking if we both clap like a rhythm at the same time, then can you sync those up? Is that how you want to do it, or how do you
Well, there might
make
be a
it?
little delay with the phone call. Could you, like, are you recording? Can you hear my track, like my voice?
No, 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 no. I have headphones in my phone,
Oh,
and then
okay.
I'm recording to my computer totally separately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess let's try the rhythm thing and see if it
Okay.
syncs up.
Because then you can like take both of our recorded audio files
Yeah.
and put them in GarageBand and then like sync it up in there, and I think that'll work.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll be able to sync
Probably.
it up just like based on our conversation. Like we won't be talking over each other most of the time. So
Okay. Yeah.
okay, so what?
Okay.
What rhythm
I'll
are
just start clapping. You clap along. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You can probably use that.
Okay. Was I?
That's
Did I sound in time?
no, but that's just because of the phone delay. I think because like you were in time though with what you were hearing. So like I think that's how we used
Yeah,
to
I
do
was
it
in.
with Nice Tunes.
I was in time with what I was hearing. Yeah. So okay,
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Well.
Okay.
Here we are.
Here we. Wow.
So, welcome, welcome home.
Welcome
This
home.
is this is your. You're back into familiar territory. I don't even know
I
how to
don't
begin. How long has it been since we had a little
like.
discussion or a convo?
I honestly, yeah, no, like, unrecorded conversation. Last time that happened was like, at least like maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Like a
way
real
too
phone
long.
conversation.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I still remember like the places in my yard I was standing when I had that conversation.
yeah.
That last one that we had. I remember things we said.
I think we were talking. What were we talking about?
I don't know. I just remember us making some really long joke about the phrase "carpe diem." Do you remember that?
I have no idea.
I don't, that's the only thing that I concrete remember. I think the
That's
only
crazy.
thing like notable. But yeah, and then okay, this is not familiar territory for me though because I have not done like. Okay, what is this? I don't even know what this is. Is this Martini Police?
This
Is
the
that what I'm on?
Yeah, this is the Martini Police.
Okay,
Welcome.
so is this podcast like? Because I've listened to a few episodes, but it seems like it's always you and Evan, right?
It is always
So-
me and Evan. Yeah.
Am I supposed to be Evan?
You're,
I don't know if
yeah,
I can
you're
like
filling- you're filling
compete
in
with
for
that
Evan.
energy.
He does have
Because-
a kind of unique energy. Which episodes have you listened to, or have you listened to like full episodes, or just like little bits?
Yeah. I think I listened to at least most of the first few, but those were like a few months ago.
Yeah.
And then I let me see. I had it just up a second ago. I listened to the De La Soul Snakes is High.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty good one. That was his choice.
And you guys just keep on breaking into song in that one.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like I can't compete with.
Well, he has this thing where like every time he came into the studio, he would bring a shaker. Like I didn't ask him to do this. He was like, I got my shaker just in case. And I'm like, we don't really need that. But so he was in like insistent on making sure we had an intro song and like an intermission, like at an hour we would do our second intro. I
Okay.
don't- he just really likes using the shaker and doing like improv. I guess
That makes-
whatever
that-
we were doing.
That's honestly like a genius idea. I can't believe that more people don't just walk into the radio room with like a shaker.
Yeah,
Like with a kazoo or something. Just some random little thing.
yeah. So yeah.
Wow.
But
You guys are breaking new ground, I think, in podcasting.
Yeah, I think we're pushing the envelope. Truly, I recommend
would
if you
absolutely
like
say so.
actually plan on like exploring the podcast further, like at the past few episodes, I would recommend the Europop one,
Okay, Europop, that's
and then the Souls of Mischief one is pretty funny too.
okay.
The
I'm
Euro-
glad that you're also just putting this out here for listeners, like the
Yeah.
ultimate guide to the
Yeah, these
to
are
the
some. Yeah,
extensive Martini Police like body of work.
we talked. Me and Evan talked last episode about some of our favorite, like which ones were our favorite or like the most successful. We pretty much all agree
Okay.
that the Europop episode was Europop was like our American Idiot, where it's like it was awful, but like in every subsequent episode we couldn't stop bringing it up. because of just like how much of a how much of a scar it made on our brain.
That sounds just like American Idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. God, it's such a bad album, but it was a lot of fun to just listen to and shit on.
Are they the guys that did I'm Blue?
Yeah, they're the guys who did Blue
Oh, yeah.
And
I sing that song out loud on like a weekly basis.
I can assure you.
Me and Devin sang that song like this week.
Really?
Last time we saw each other, that song came up.
Oh my god. Yeah, this would be perfect for you. I cannot stress this enough. Every single song on that album sounds like that.
Yeah, that's what I'd imagine.
There's absolutely no deviation in like style.
I don't remember if you got into this in that one or from what I heard, but like, do you guys talk about the lyric, "If I were green, I would die" in that song? Because
is that in there?
Is that a lyric? That's what the question is. Because
I don't.
That's
think...
what me and Devin always quote that line to each other, but I don't know if it's actually ever said.
I think. Well, there were a few times where we brought up the Genius page for those songs, and I feel like we would have noticed that.
Huh.
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up right now because I'm curious.
Okay.
That's so crazy.
I can't believe there's so much to talk about that album that like it's now come up in 2 episodes. It's the one episode was not enough to really like.
I know exactly. It's spilling over into all the other. I hate this just plaguing my existence. Anyway.
Oh my god.
So how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Have you been living?
I've been living some kind of a life. It's good. I'm like, I feel like I'm like living in a closet kinda, cause I'm in this room that has a bunch of stuff in it. And then I just spend all my time with kids, with little children.
Why is that?
So weird.
Is that your job?
Yeah, I'm a nanny for these 2 kids, and like,
okay,
it's the weirdest existence ever. Like honestly, it's the most destabilizing thing ever. I feel like
you'd be very good with kids, but I feel like you'd also be like me, where like I don't want them myself, but I can do pretty well with them.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, I definitely, I feel that way.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy them, but then it's like, when I'm done, I'm, like, for a day, I'm just so relieved.
Yeah.
Like, this, like, truly, I think that everyone who's considering having kids should be a nanny for, like, 2 months, and then you'll just, that'll really
good.
put...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good exercise.
It just puts exactly into perspective, like, your desire for that, and where and when you want that to happen.
Yeah.
I'm
just like too often just like freaked out by children. Like I have this niece. I think she's my second because it's my cousin's child.
Okay.
She's like I think 6 or 7. I don't know. She's pretty young and she's adorable and wonderful and very nice and fun to be around. But it's just like. It just baffles me that that's a human, and there's a whole mind inside that tiny little head.
Yeah, it's really
crazy.
weird. The fact that like that any kid that you interact with will one day be a person.
Yeah,
is so.
They're
weird.
Not a person right now. They're just an.
It doesn't really feel. They're like in the larva form of a person. You know, like you can see it in there, but it's not there. It's not really happening like all the way.
I suppose. Yeah, I guess so.
Although I definitely like, so, you know, when you I'm always taking the kids to kids places, and so I'm just there's like a million kids in a big room, and I'm just sitting there watching them bored basically.
Oh my
I've noticed that like kids do so many things that like we as adults very transparently do, like they will say things like completely out of insecurity, and it's so obvious when a kid's doing it, but then like you hear it and you realize that we do the exact same thing all the time.
Oh wow, that's freaky.
You know. Like
That's
I really don't think that anyone changes.
Can you give me an example of this?
Like, I was in the park one day with with the older kid who's like 9, and there's a kid that just kept on following him around and telling him to stop following him, but it was really clear that he just wanted attention.
Yeah.
And like I could see in that moment, like so many different moments of me doing that to people in some extent, you know.
Yeah, but
like
we kind of do it in a different way.
Yeah, exactly. It's like just like kind of like quietly asking for attention in a really indirect way.
It's like quietly liking every picture on someone's Instagram, hoping that they'll notice you.
That's exactly
Something like
that's
that.
it. That is us just being 10-year-olds
Yeah.
forever. It's just
I could see
I
that.
think a lot of that happens on social media.
Yeah, we're pretty like
Yeah.
when you break like basic social interactions down, we're pretty primitive, and we're just like we're just trying to get your people's attention.
Yeah, that is exactly it. Just trying to like
That's crazy.
make it on a very
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, so you said you're freaked out by kids though?
Yeah, I'm just like they always get me so existential and like yeah, I know that's awful, but it's
No,
just,
that's so funny.
that's my general
That is real.
Yeah, it is real. Mm-hmm.
It is really real.
Yeah.
There's just so much weird stuff. No, but yeah, so
really
what's your life been like for the last 6 months? Here's
Yeah.
at what level can I ask you about things that have happened in your life that you like? I don't want to like put you in a corner where you have to say something weird on air to these millions of listeners. But
Oh
like,
yeah, we're just it's basically a stadium that we're projecting to right now. No, it'll probably be just me listening. But
yeah, Devin and Andy might like.
oh,
If they've made it
I will
this
say
far-
my parents listen to this sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. So
Oh my goodness.
so
Oh, that
just-
makes me so nervous.
yeah, tread carefully.
Oh my gosh, that actually changes everything. I'm so
Well,
glad
well,
you
the
told
thing-
me
well,
that
the thing
at
is
this
they-
point.
The thing is, they say they listen, but they never. I mean, they, sometimes they do, very rarely, but it seems
Mhm,
like they
mhm.
never actually. Like I think my mom has listened to maybe one full episode.
Okay, I
but-
mean that's good for a mom, honestly.
Yeah, that's
like,
pretty. Yeah, she always
like
expresses
parents-
interest.
yeah.
So yeah,
That's good. At least she's expressing interest. Like,
yeah.
I feel like parents often just have no idea what their kids are doing when it's like stuff like this.
yeah. No, she's being supportive. It's nice. But yeah. Anyway.
Wow.
I honestly like my life is like almost no different from when we talked last. Like I'm doing all the exact same things.
Okay, very.
Except
What's your?
except that I'm doing a podcast now. Like I'm still working at the at the French restaurant. I'm still. I mean, I guess I
Okay,
haven't been
okay.
in classes recently. I start tomorrow though, so
Oh, that's good. That's good.
yeah.
What? Okay.
I mean, I'm working on music sparingly. I did that covers thing.
Oh,
that
yeah.
took up a lot of my time. The covers volume 2.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, did you make all those? How many of those did you make, like, for that release, and how many of those were just things you had made, like, kind of randomly? Because I definitely noticed some of them that you had, like, sent to me months and months before.
Yeah. I think it was kind of like how the first one started, where I realized I had like 15 songs laying around that were covers,
mhm.
and I was like, oh, I should compile these. But then once I compiled them, I was like, I want to make this really cool and fun and a big deal, so I just recorded a bunch of other ones. So I would say,
Okay.
here, I'll go to the Bandcamp page and kind of.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. I'm going to go. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to you about this. I'll just go on Spotify. Oh, wait, no, it's not on Spotify.
Yeah.
It's covers, isn't though, right?
Covers is not, but yeah.
Okay, I get such a thrill from seeing your name on my
Isn't
Spotify.
that cool? Oh man,
Like-
yeah, it's a big deal for me. I feel.
I think your I don't know what it's Sigmatic tone. I never know what
Signatones.
Signatones. Yeah, the jingles.
Yeah.
One day I just put that on. I played it on loop for like a few hours because I wanted to see if I could get your like plays up so that those would be all your hit songs.
Oh my god.
Because I loved the idea of like someone going to your thing and just hearing like a
Have
bunch
you-
of jingles
have
and
you-
not
have you-
having any idea.
Have you noticed that the Signatones album isn't under my name? It's under Matthew Duvall 'S.
Is it?
Yeah, because that one wasn't uploaded by me. That was uploaded by the guy who runs the label that I released that through, the little vaporwave label.
Oh.
And on the cover art, it says it's called Matthew Duvall's Signatones. So,
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think he just copied and pasted it in as apostrophe S. So it's not under my actual name.
Oh no!
Yeah, so I
on
need
mine
to-
it says just normal Matthew Duvall.
Oh,
So it
really?
might have,
Maybe he changed it. I don't know.
Oh, that's so funny. Though.
But yeah, that is pretty hilarious.
I did notice it's on a different page.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's,
Yeah. So
wow.
anyway, I would say about 50% of these covers on this volume 2 were done in like the past, like the last few months leading up to when I put it out.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because I just got
that's a lot.
yeah, because I just got in the mood to like record. I just love doing covers because they're easy and fun, and I just like playing other people's songs. It's really easy.
It's so fun.
It's much easier than writing songs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love it because it's like you get the fun of making a song, but it's better than any song that you can make because it's a song made by like someone that isn't you. So you get to feel like you made the best song ever, even though they did most of the work.
Yeah, even though it's not mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm trying to start my next like original album, but I want to take time with it because like I realized this a little while ago, like I put out something new every year almost. Which is
you put out a lot of stuff.
Which is unusual. Like usually people take about 3 years for an album. So I want to like actually see if I could take that much time and have it turn out really really nice. So I want to kind of like sit with the material for a long time.
I like that idea a lot. I think that'd be great.
But I will say I'm like going in a way different like this isn't going to be like it's not going to be poppy stuff. It's going to be really like left field.
Oh, okay, you're going into like the
it's going to be like my ambient album, so.
Yeah, okay.
It's going to be really long. It's going to be really patience testing.
Perfect. Oh my god. I will say I don't think I like ambient music that much. I will say that yours is the only one, like your self-titled EP I think is so good.
That's very high. Like that's one of my favorite things that I've done, so that really is high praise. So
I think that accomplishes everything that I want most ambient music to accomplish. Like it's like it has all kinds of different things going on. It's interesting all the way through, and it's not the kind of thing where it's just like, did you even think about the fact that people would be listening to this? Yeah. I feel like that's the feeling that I get. Like I was listening to that Animal Collective thing on my drive home last night.
Oh yeah, the Tangerine Reef.
Yeah, which I texted you because I randomly went to their thing. I didn't know it would come out.
So did you?
But I was listening.
You didn't like it?
Yeah, I listened to it, and it's just like, you know that I'm spending time listening to this guy.
Yeah, it's pretty
like give me something.
Out. Yeah.
I don't know. That's definitely just my own thing, though. It's
pleasant. It's pleasant on my ears, and I kind of enjoy the atmosphere. But you're right. It is like structure-wise, it's not very adventurous or.
Yeah, but I mean, also I'm coming at it just from like a perspective of knowing nothing about ambient music. So like, explain to me what about it is so appealing to you? Like, what has brought you into this new direction that you've been going in the last few years?
You know, I still don't know how to answer that, but like, the more I listen to it, the more I love it. Let's look at some of my favorite albums, and I'll try to describe why I like them.
Yes, let's.
Do you use this site, Topsters 2?
Topsters 2? What?
It's that site where you make the like album charts.
Oh, that thing. Oh no, I don't. I haven't used it since you showed it to me. But
there's like a new version where it like saves your charts and you can work on them and like change them and make several. Okay. So I have this one that's like my 15 favorite ambient albums.
Oh my god. Okay. Yes.
My all-time favorite ambient album is by Stars of the Lid. Have you heard of them?
Stars of the Lid? No, I have not.
No, they're from Austin. It's like 2 hours long. It's really. They use like synthesizers but also like strings and horns to create these like
that's cool.
These like very very long kind of droning soundscapes where it feels like if you were visualizing it, it feels like just clouds just drifting and some clouds move over one another and pass each other and so it's like this it's a very calming landscape, but at the same time it's very slowly shifting.
Okay, yeah, that sounds really calming.
Yeah,
just your description of that kind of chilled me out in that moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of ambient music.
I can't even imagine what the real thing would do.
I can hear some crackling. What are you doing?
Literally nothing. Oh, wait, there's like a vent outside of my house.
It sounds like your connection is like glitching or something. I can hear you, but then there's also this like noise.
Oh, that might be just like my microphone rubbing up against my shirt.
That's definitely what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, anyway, so yeah, a lot of
Okay.
music, a lot of ambient music sounds like that, and that's just kind of like it doesn't have to be super structurally interesting, but when it is, I think that's even more like rewarding. And of course, it takes a really long time for me to get into an ambient album and like really have it sink in.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I wouldn't say the first listen for any of these like. Well, I guess some of them were really pleasant. I don't know. They just like it just takes like a lot of time and patience to I guess kind of have it click with you.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong then, because I think that like I've never really given any of the ambient music I've seen like more than a few listens.
Yeah,
outside
you
of,
might just you
few
might want to just
things.
like kind of make time for it and like let it in, let it into your
I
world.
I need to pencil in some like ambient time
Yeah.
in my schedule. Like I need to find the time.
You don't need to like set up a meditation session or anything, but you know.
I need to have my ambient music practice.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to reach enlightenment.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully mine. I'm. That's what I'm aiming for with mine. I want it to be.
Is to help someone reach enlightenment.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I just want it to be like very calming, but at the same time, I want it to be like constantly shifting, and like there will be sounds for you to look out for, I guess.
Okay.
So it won't like numb you necessarily.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't know though. It's in the very very early stages, so I can't really say anything about it right now. But
okay.
I just know
Okay.
what I.
That's a intriguing little description that you give.
Yeah, a
me.
little teaser.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be eagerly waiting for the next 3 years. So.
Yeah. Very
Just
excited.
refreshing your Bandcamp page as often as I possibly
Just
can.
constantly. Oh my god. Speaking of, I don't know if you want me to talk about this on the air, but you need to explain to me your amendment.
My amendment?
Yes. Why am I no longer having visions of God?
Oh my god.
in my life?
I feel like more people have like brought up me getting rid of it to me than people like talked to me about it when it came out. Like I feel like people care more about this than they did about that. I swear.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm not even bringing it up, and it keeps like it's. I don't. Okay, so I don't know. I just don't. On several occasions after releasing it, I thought about sending somebody that I didn't know that with my Bandcamp, and then didn't because that was there. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get rid of that because
Oh, really?
I was just kind of embarrassed by it, yeah.
Why?
And also, like, it was only for, like, 5 people, and those 5 people got it and got to, like, see it on the Bandcamp or whatever, and then download it. And you guys have it on your computer, and so now I just don't have that record of all the different things that I admit to in that album that I don't want my grandparents to hear about also.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that not being out there.
So
You
why?
know?
What you felt? Like what about it? You don't like having people
it's
see
like,
it or whatever.
I just think that it's like I'm trying all kinds of things on it that are not my strong suits, and I think I just do a lot of things poorly on it, and I knew that while I was making it, but I kind of just like gave up at a certain point because it seemed like you guys wanted to hear it. I just wanted to like finish it and have it and send it to you guys because I thought it was worth hearing, but like not. I just think it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. You know?
Well, I'm very sorry about that. I thought you were like very into it.
I think I was like in a mania when I made it, and so then afterwards, yeah. No, but I'm just gonna put it back up probably like in a little while because I don't want
to pressure you.
Oh no, I've already made that decision because of Andy and Devin pressuring me. So you're not. Don't worry.
All right. Were you working on anything else?
Yeah, you're in my band.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know if I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
I forget.
that still happening?
Yeah, I actually. Do you want to just talk about this on air? Because I had a few questions.
Oh yeah, totally.
Just okay. Do you have what? Do you have a bass?
A bass guitar? Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Because it seemed like you moved away or something and lost all of your music stuff. Like I felt like you stopped using like microphones for an extended period of time.
I did, but that was just because it was. I just didn't want to make the effort to get it all out because it was all in like storage.
Oh, okay.
But since I moved to this new house, I've received an audio interface and a setup that I actually like, and I have a MIDI controller now, so I'm like actually recording decently instead of super lo-fi. So yeah, I have all my instruments back out again. So
okay, yeah, because I noticed in the covers that there was like all kinds of stuff going on that I hadn't heard in a while. I was wondering if that was because they were old stuff or because of that. Okay, that's good. I have a ton of stuff for you to do in this band then.
Okay,
are you like? Do you want to do that? I like. You're allowed to say no.
No, that's exciting. I want to do as much as I can.
Okay, sweet.
Honestly.
I think So I guess the band is me, you, and Andy.
Okay. So what's the plan with this? Is this a live thing, or am I just like sending you recordings, or?
Yeah, exactly. I think it'll be sending me recordings because I guess the whole idea of the band is that it's gonna be like completely not IRL.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it'll be totally all over the internet.
Exactly. Yeah, because like. And then maybe at some point, if like I meet some musicians that I want to work with, like in the place I live, then that'll be cool. But like for now, because it's like I keep on thinking about wanting to start a band with you and Andy, and I realize that I can literally just do it. We just
we're in the future,
via,
bro.
Like G-Hang, we're in the future.
We're in the future. Yeah,
exactly.
So I'm playing bass then.
I guess bass and just all your like synthesizers is what I was thinking.
Yeah, I can do that.
Like I'm realizing that I'm just terrible at that kind of like synthesizers and all kinds of electronic stuff. I'm always like really unhappy with what I make.
Recently I've been just using software instruments like in GarageBand or with like plugins and stuff. So
okay.
Yeah,
it seems like you do like really good stuff like in the computer, so like
I appreciate that. Yeah, I've kind of mastered Garage. I'm really like eager to stop using GarageBand and use something higher up.
Yeah, no, I really respect, like, I think I said this to you before, but no, I think that it's you and Grimes are the two people that did the most for GarageBand.
Yeah,
like, no one is better at using that application than you two.
Everyone compares me to Grimes because we both use GarageBand.
I don't think those are the two people that I think of when I think
any
of
other
that
year.
application.
In any other year other than 2018, I would be so excited about that.
Wait, are you anti-Grimes?
I'm not anti-Grimes. It's just like my opinion is like soured almost because of all the.
Because she's dating Elon Musk.
Yeah, and all the like. Did you know about the whole Azalea Banks thing that went down like last week?
No, I don't. Oh my god.
I don't know if you want to know.
Oh god. Am I gonna soil my like image of Grimes?
Well, like, how much do you like Grimes right now?
Honestly, very medium.
Like, did you like Art Angels?
Yeah, I kind of did.
Okay.
I don't think I've listened to it since it came out, but I remember being into it.
Because at first I didn't like it at all, and it's grown on me since then. I remember
that.
But
okay,
yeah, she's not. It's kind of looking clumsy in the public eye, I guess, because. While Elon's a very interesting man, he's also not the best person.
Yeah, I don't get the impression that
because she's with him, she's defending like most of his awful actions. So
yeah, it seems weird because I feel like he's one of those crazy rich people.
He is.
Like
that's exactly what
really genuinely like out of their mind.
Yeah,
like at that level when you start getting into. I don't know, like alt-right stuff just because you're so rich, then it makes sense.
I don't think he's quite there, but like he doesn't make he doesn't make the most like morally justifiable decisions with his money.
Yeah. I guess there probably aren't any rich people that are doing that because then they wouldn't be rich.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, the world sucks. Anyway.
Yeah, what a bummer.
So where are you living right now? Are you back in Porty?
I'm in Porty, yeah. I'm in Bridgetown, USA, living with my grandma, having a great time. Oh yeah.
Shout out to
honestly, yeah. No, shout out to grandma.
Is that what you call her, just grandma?
No, I call her Nana. That's like This is a thing that I've discovered in my life is that there's like a thing. I don't know if this is a regional like use of English, but it's certain. I think it's a case by case basis where people will either. So often people have a weird name for their grandma, like Nanny or like Mima or whatever. But there's a difference that I've noticed people when they talk about their grandma in the third person, they'll say my Mima or my Nana. There's certain people who do that, and other people, like, I would never say that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I do understand.
Like, for you, do you say, like, what's the name you call your grandma?
Okay, my grandparents that are alive right now are on my dad's side. My mom's side, I would call them grandma and granddaddy.
Grandma and granddaddy.
Yeah,
okay.
but they've both passed away since then. So my grandparents are alive right now. My grandmother I call Mama D.
Mama D. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. She actually came up with that, and she like pushed it onto my parents.
Mama D. That sounds like something that like you would come up with. That's so funny.
No, yeah, she was like, I want your children to call me Mama D. That's what she. Yeah.
I love grandmas that are adamant about what.
I know,
name
exactly.
will be.
So she's Mama D, and her husband is Papa.
Papa, okay.
Yeah.
And so, would you say my grandma D or my Papa?
No, I just I just say my grandmother.
See?
Yeah.
This is so real, and no one's talking about it.
Yeah, it's a very interesting phenomenon you've discovered.
I think this is as big as like soda versus pop.
Oh yeah, it is pretty. Yeah.
I think it
may
like
be be regional. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, because
But then if it's a regional thing, I would expect the South of all places to be where you would say what you were describing, like my
honestly,
my Mama D. I never say
exactly. Yeah. That sounds so Texas.
Like if I said the reason I don't say that is because if I say my Mama D, that implies that you also have your own Mama D. So that's
exactly
like,
yes, that's what it is.
Like there's only one Mama D, and it's mine. So it's my grandmother.
So should you call her the Mama D? I was talking to that'd be if people said like I was talking to the Nana, I was talking to the Mima. That's real scary.
Yeah, that is. It sounds like a villain.
That sounds like, yeah.
You've encountered the Mima.
Oh my god, that's like a final boss.
Yeah.
So that's what that sounded like a jingle in a game, like a sound effect.
Yeah. Oh my god, I was with my friends last night, and they have this huge. They have one of those giant HD TVs that are like curved. They're so big.
Oh,
you know how they like
those
curve?
things?
Yeah.
And that's so weird. I've always wanted to try that.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then and they were playing Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
it was
my God,
like
that sounds like
gorgeous. Like
that sounds
crap.
like such a good night.
Yeah, it was pretty
that
amazing.
On like one of those giant round TVs.
And then we watched a National Treasure. Also very amazing.
Oh my god, what a great night.
Yeah, it was a great night.
That is like
one of the best nights I've had in a little while. I don't hang out with my friends that much. That's what I'm doing with my life right now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
No, it's not good. I need to spend more time with my friends.
You know, I'm saying it's good to be hanging out with your friends. Yeah, it's not good to not hang out with your friends.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I've definitely found that to be the case.
I'm hoping that'll increase once school starts because they all go to my school. So.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I need to like.
I don't.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Continue.
No. After you, sir.
Oh no. See, this is the only problem about not being in the same room is that we're gonna keep on doing that.
Yeah.
But no, you go. Please.
Can you believe we've never been in the same room?
That's actually really crazy.
I don't know what you look. Well, I don't know what you look like right now. Did you grow your hair back out?
No. It's like it's like that like short length that it's been for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I honestly look exactly the same as whatever photo you probably last saw of me.
Okay.
I'm even probably wearing the same clothes as I was in the last photo you saw me.
You're like a dark green T-shirt.
No, dark black.
Not
dark
black.
Dark black. Yeah, dark black.
Vanta black.
Some of them are light black. Yeah, exactly. And then, yeah.
That's good. That's a good color. I wear a lot of black too. Anyway.
Very nice.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm curious what's your hair length?
my hair's long again. It's the long brown. I don't know. What's the most
Okay.
recent picture that I posted on my Twitter or my Instagram? I guess I don't know. What's your relationship with social media like? Because I feel like you are only on very sporadically, and like you go on for like one very high energy like fest where you're like looking through your favorite people's Twitters and liking everything, and then you stay away from it
Yeah.
for like a month.
No, see, that's totally just like that's a completely false
Oh, okay.
image that that like is happening, or like it looks like that. But the thing is, I have this problem where I never like the posts that I see. I look at Instagram and Twitter
Mm-hmm.
like every day.
Yeah, sure.
Like all the time, just because I like, especially when I'm working, I have so much time that I'm just standing there
Yeah.
doing nothing that I just kind of like go to that.
Mm-hmm.
And but like people will say, "Did you see my post? You didn't like it." And I just forget. And so then occasionally I'll see a post and like, I need to let this person know that I've been enjoying their social media.
I have that happen sometimes where I like see something and I'm like, oh, I really like this, but I don't remember to actually click like.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that was great, and then you just keep on scrolling.
Yeah,
and you forget about it.
I can see that. I can see that.
But
That's
yeah,
cool.
I don't really post on social media though. I feel like it's all just looking.
Yeah,
and then
you almost
occasionally
never post.
Yeah, I don't. I like posting Instagram photos, like when something wacky is there and I get to take a picture of it. But like, I don't know.
Maybe I just
what about you?
I probably just never see it because like Instagram's timeline is so fucked up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I don't like.
Yeah.
I wish it was chronological. What were you gonna ask? What about me?
Oh yeah, just like how do you use social media?
Oh, I
'Cause,
use
like,
it.
it seems pretty consistent. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm. Yeah, like when I'm bored, I like, I'll often like be on Twitter, and then like I should do something else, and then I close the Twitter tab, and then I open a new tab, and then I go back to Twitter.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Definitely. That is such a relatable thing.
Yeah.
This used to happen to me a lot in high school, and it happens less now, but still, is that I will be on the computer for like a few hours or whatever,
Mhm.
and then I will like get up and I'll come back and I'll look, and I have like 10 Twitters open.
Yeah.
Like I have 10 tabs of Twitter plus a few other random things,
Yeah.
because I'll like do new tab Twitter, and then I'll do a new tab to do something else, and then I'll go back to Twitter, but I don't close the old one.
How many tabs would you say you often like you have at once usually?
Usually it really depends. Like often it'll be like 1 to 5. Right now I'm at 5. I'm looking at 5 tabs.
Okay.
4 applications open. My applications are very neat, but my tabs are not.
Do you still have
But
a
then
Mac, or
also-
did you get rid of that too?
Oh yeah, no, I still have I have like a really old Mac.
Okay, thank God. I'm still bitter at you about your Android.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely, the next time I get a computer though, it will be a PC. I'm like 1,000,000% converted. I'm so sorry.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, I guess.
Yeah, I think you'll
It's no big
you'll
deal.
learn to live with that reality.
Yeah,
just
it's
that
fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. I've actually
Yeah,
thought about getting, when I upgrade like my DAW, I'm thinking about getting Ableton instead of Logic.
Oh,
Because
interesting.
there are certain features about Ableton that are very appealing to me.
Yeah. Also, I hear in my head the echo of, I thought you said I'm gonna upgrade my dog, and that was such a striking thing for me to hear. I can't stop on. Yeah.
Well, I'm
but,
probably gonna upgrade my dog too, but he's not.
Oh, that's good.
Like, he's fine right
there
now.
He's fine. Okay, but you can tell that there's some lag coming up in the near future. Yeah.
His battery
It's a good
life is
idea.
not as doesn't keep a charge as much as before.
Yeah, exactly. Left my dog out in the sun and it overheated.
Yeah.
It's not good. Yeah. Okay, but Ableton, I think, is like honestly kind of an amazing tool.
It is
Like,
it is really good, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's like
Like,
3 times as expensive as Logic is.
yeah, that's.
But it does for good reason. It has a lot of power.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, yeah, it's like, because you can use it as a regular recording thing just to do whatever.
Right.
But then also there's like, I feel like 3, like you can use it live and as like a live recording, like MIDI thing. That's just, it works in exactly the way that should.
Yeah,
I feel like it sounds good in a way that a lot of MIDI programs don't.
Yeah, it has a lot of like incredibly advanced I guess like instruments and plugins and stuff. Like like their
Yeah.
newest version has this this like digital synthesizer that's like incredibly detailed. Like I couldn't even describe like how it works. It uses like wavetables and graphs and stuff. It's so crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
When math comes into the
I know.
equation,
Yeah, that's how you know.
Oh, that's a good synthesizer. And especially because like I know that I could never use something when it's that complicated.
Right.
Like it would just be random, like just turning dials and stuff. But that's almost the funnest.
Yeah,
thing
exactly.
like.
So I feel like if I might. I'm still debating because I mean it's not like I have money for either, but like I would be comfortable with Logic
so
because
expensive.
Logic is like an industry like respected tool, but it also is a lot like GarageBand, so it would be much easier for me to understand because it's basically just like GarageBand Plus.
It really, I've always gotten the impression that it's literally just professional GarageBand, which would be so good if you know how to use GarageBand.
Yeah, I've had experience with Logic, and my university has a music lab that has all the computers have Logic Pro, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really great. It's fun.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it is pretty much like the interface is exactly like GarageBand. So.
Yeah, but it like I feel like it just has like real features though.
It does. It has a lot more detailed like stuff.
Yeah, I love the like. Who is listening to this right now? Like,
I don't know.
I hope that somebody is hearing us just talk.
We actually got really deep into like tech talk.
We're talking about DAW, like DAWs, like that's so beautiful. Such beautiful podcasting.
I actually had one of my my great grandmother. We called her DAW. That's not a joke. That's not a joke.
Oh my god!
We seriously
is that what Mama D is short for? Mama Da?
No.
I'm gonna start calling my digital audio workstation Mama Da. I wish I could rename that on my computer.
That's totally. I mean, go for it. But no, that's not what the D is short for Deval. Like I thought that was obvious.
Yeah, no, I figured, but now I didn't know what to believe for a second.
No, but that name, my mom says that it was on my mom's side, but she says that name came from her sister. When she was a baby, she would call her that because that's all she could say as a baby.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know why
I feel like
I'm talking about this.
Oh, because it's really interesting.
Yeah, I guess so.
And it's actually, I'm having another thought about grandmas. All the thoughts that I have built up, as you can probably tell, are about kids and grandmas because that's who I spend my time with at the moment. But okay, grandmas, I think that like the people of that generation have a different relationship to names than we do. Because every grandma that I know has like 18 different names that they go by. It's like, do you have examples of this in your own life?
Like actual, like they have like 5 middle names, or do you mean like they just have a lot of different nicknames?
Like, yeah, like different. Like my grandma, her born name is Hildegard, but
Holy crap.
Growing up, everyone called her Peggy.
Oh, okay.
And then like she also is called just P by a lot of people because of Peggy, and then there's like 3 other people that call her 3 other different names. It's crazy, and
that
I feel like most grandmas I know are like that.
That sounds probably more of a coincidence, I think.
Okay, so you don't think this is a valid theory? I shouldn't put this on my list of grandma theories?
Well, I mean, I know people like that, but they're not like grandmas. Like, I have a friend who's like that.
Okay.
But it's not... I don't know. I guess it's just...
Yeah.
Like, my Papa, my dad's dad, his name is Edward, but he goes by Eddie.
Okay.
But that's it.
Okay,
It's just Edward, Eddie, and Papa. Or I guess Dad, if you counted my dad calling him Dad, because my dad doesn't call him Papa.
Yeah, that'd be really weird if he did. Call him Papa.
Or if he called he called his mother Mama D. That'd be weird.
That'd be real weird.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would do anything to get an audio recording of you calling a human being Mama D. God, that...
Oh, there's probably plenty of video footage of it, because my dad films, like, every Christmas.
Oh my god. The next time that you stumble upon that, like, don't go out of your way, but the next time that you see that in a video, just send it my way.
Yeah, I'll definitely remember you and, like, get a clip for you.
Oh my god, thank you.
That's very important to you, I understand.
Wow, yeah. Oh my god. What were we talking about, though?
I don't know.
I had one more thing to say about Dawes.
Oh, okay.
You should. Have we told you to get Reaper yet? Do you have Reaper?
Who is we and no?
I don't. Me and Andy both use it.
Okay, I've never heard of it.
Okay.
What is it?
I'll send you some links. It's just it's like what I use, and it's really, really, really good.
You don't use GarageBand
free,
anymore?
Basically. Oh no, I haven't used GarageBand in years.
Oh fuck, man.
Dude, I'm so sorry. Did you think that I had been in solidarity with you this whole time?
I guess the optimistic side of me was like, yeah, man.
No. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
In spirit, I am. Like
we have our lives are in very different pathways right now, so it's understandable.
Yeah, I mean, we really drifted apart as soon as we started using different DAWs. I think
that was the benchmark.
That's what they'll write in the history books of like when our careers diverged. You know, that was like
when you stopped
like
using GarageBand is why you decided to like go to France and then just totally cease communication.
Exactly.
Yeah, like all that stuff.
That was the start of it all. That was the seed of the corruption. That's what brought the empire down.
Yeah.
The GarageBand empire.
The GarageBand debacle. Dilemma.
Wow.
So you're a nanny, but then you said you were working until 10 a.m. yesterday.
Oh no, until 10 p.m. last night until midnight last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like I normally do like an 8-hour or 9-hour shift like in the morning, and then I drop them off like for dinner, but the parents wanted to like, leave for the night. They went to the beach.
So this really is your job, like this is what your income is.
Oh yeah. This is truly what my income is. Wow. Yeah.
So how long ago did you stop doing Safeway?
Oh God, yeah. I stopped working at the Safeway deli right before the summer started because I was living down in Corvallis where I was going to school, and then I just like quit there and came back here because this nanny gig I had last summer.
Yeah. And
they like, wanted to have me back.
Oh, I see. So is it going to end at the end of the summer?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm not like looking to indefinitely be a full-time nanny. Okay. That'd be intense. Yeah. Oh my God.
No, that would be.
Oh wow, yeah, no.
I think you would stop calling it nanny and just start calling it parent. At that point.
Yeah, I'm a professional parent. I don't have any kids myself, but I'm a professional parent. That'd be so weird. I'm gonna start saying that to people when they ask what I do.
You're a parent.
I'm a parent.
Well, I mean, moms say that. You're like, I'm a full-time mom.
That is. Oh yeah, that's real. That's real. Yeah, but I think it's weird because I'm actually not a parent. I don't have any kids.
You can say that you are. I mean, you're the guac mama.
I am the guac mama. Yeah. Listen, I'm the guac mama. I can say that I'm a parent even if I have 0 kids.
Yeah.
That's what I'll tell people when they ask me what my job is.
That sounds good.
But no, I'm not doing that forever. I'm actually going back to France in October.
Oh my God.
For a job teaching. I don't know if I thought I told you that. Yeah.
No, yeah, you graduated, right?
Yeah, I finished like
that's
at
very
the end
exciting.
Of this year.
So it's in
it's
in French. That's your degree.
Yeah, literally, I just got a degree in French.
All right.
It's so funny.
So are you going to go to France indefinitely or what?
Well, no, I have like a 7-month teaching job there, and so I'm going to go there and do that. And I'd like to work another year just to get like teaching experience, because when you're like being in France as a native English speaker is just like it's super easy to get a job, and so that's a good way to like have experience. Yeah. Just if you're curious about my professional like path, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
That's really cool. That's also very scary. To me, anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely it's gonna be interesting.
My GF is studying abroad in Norway this semester.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing the pics.
Yeah,
I'm like following the adventure. Yeah. It's great. Is she enjoying it?
She says she's enjoying it. She's already made friends and stuff. I'm just like,
oh, that's good.
I'm just like, am I ever gonna get there? Am I ever gonna get to the point where I can travel internationally? Because I'm not.
You're not. Why couldn't you do it?
I can't. It's just I can't afford it. I'm already like.
Oh no, that's so true.
I'm already needing financial aid for just regular school. So.
Yeah, no, it's when you're not like. Yeah, I don't know how people our age travel outside of like study abroad programs or like internships and stuff. Like people that just go on trips and are like 20 years old. Like, What?
That's
Did you win?
okay.
Are you
Do
a
you
million?
watch Cody Ko on YouTube?
No.
Have you heard of him?
What's Cody Co? I've not heard of that.
He used to be a Viner, but he makes YouTube videos now.
Ooh.
He made
the big jump.
Yeah, he made a video about these people that you see on Instagram, seemingly like out of nowhere, that are just like always in Greece or Dubai or Bali.
Yeah. Exactly.
And he was just like he like watched a bunch of videos and was like just trying to figure out what is this content doing exactly? Like, why is this entertainment? You know. He referred to it as fart content. Fuck around, relax, travel.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And so that's like the YouTubers that are like kind of just like they just go to a place and put like a song behind video footage of like a place. That's it, right? That's what that is.
Yeah, just blue ass water, white ass buildings.
Yes, exactly.
He eventually concluded that that's probably just rich parents, but
I think that's what it must be. Yeah. Because I see like so many of these people on YouTube.
Yeah.
And Instagram.
It's
like,
weird. It's weird.
It's crazy. Yeah. Or maybe also I just think that YouTubers like like if you have any amount of popularity, you just become rich somehow because you get into the YouTube Illuminati. Have you
realized like how vastly different YouTube is now compared to like when we started on it?
Literally.
Have you seen any kids channels recently?
Kids channels? Oh,
like holy! It's the scariest thing ever.
Okay, wait. Describe what you're talking about.
Okay,
because
they're like adults, full-grown adults who have millions of subscribers who make fake vlogs for children. Like they're tailored to children, and they like they sound like they're staged like it's a vlog, and they're just like going about their day, but like a bunch of crazy stuff happens to them. Like there's this one channel who always talks about there's like a monster in their pond, and we're gonna catch it, and oh no, it's like attacking us.
What?
And then there's this one channel who's like they had this storyline with their vlogs where they like got kidnapped by a hacker, and they were like and they like, but it's like it's for kids, and they're like speaking in really like plain language, and they're just like asking like, we need your help, and leave it in the like it's like
oh my god, yes,
it's like Dora, except instead of Dora asking you in real time to give her answers, they're like, leave it in the comments and we'll read it and they'll know what we do next. It's like literally for 10 and under. It's crazy.
Yeah, that sounds like they're just taking like the format of kids television, which is such a distinct weird thing, and just doing it in vlogs. And that's actually kind of genius, because like, I mean, kids
like,
love YouTube.
Like financially, yeah, it's very genius, but like it's also like incredibly scary, because like that's the vlog. Like remember like back in like 2009 when the vlog was like really a new thing, and it was like like
beautiful times.
Like a great like way to get your thoughts out there, but like now it's like such a common thing that like people are warping it to like, it's just so scary, and it's hard to.
It's really I really think that if anyone cared enough about it, there would be history books. Like you could write a book easily about like 2007 to 2017, like the 10 years that vlogging was like born and then died. And became what it is now, like the weird thing.
You know how?
Yeah,
you know,
was
like VidCon is still happening.
Do you remember? I heard.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I just heard like weird controversy stuff. Please.
Did you remember when I went to VidCon in 2011?
That's what I just remembered. I thought you were going to say that. I forgot that happened. That's like so weird.
It's like easily 10 times as big now. Like it is huge, and like. Oh my god, it's so scary to just think about it.
Because it's like back then it was like for this weird little niche community.
Yeah, but now it's like
YouTubers.
It's like so mainstream that it's like anyone knows about it.
Yeah, because like it's just like vlogging has become such a weird commercial like thing, in the same way that like the expectations of every vlog I feel like rigid now.
It really is kind of replacing television in a way.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I feel like we all thought that would happen, but then it happened in like the worst way.
Yeah,
like,
it didn't happen like how we expected it to, I guess.
Yeah, like I always thought that it would become like it would stay the kind of like grassroots DIY, like really nice.
Yeah, very candid.
Yeah, exactly. Like
But-
that nice like ethic.
Yeah, but it's
and then
extremely like constructed and awful.
yeah, it's like literally the exact same thing as TV, just like on a smaller scale.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It's very scary.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Do you remember the kid vlogs that you were describing? Also remind me of Lonely Girl.
Lonely Girl
And then a
15. Oh my god.
Yeah. Did you watch that?
I didn't watch it, but I like read about it back when.
That's one of the. That was like such a historical thing.
Yeah, but I think that was actually like creative and interesting.
I know. See, it was. I watched it one time, like all in like the span of 3 days, and I remember thinking it was like actually so good.
Yeah.
Like you really can't tell that it's fake, and it goes such a long time, and then it goes so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, good stuff. Those were the
great.
days.
Yeah.
Such
innocent
such
times.
such innocent times
Yeah.
for all of us. Oh my god, what was VidCon like?
Very. I
Like-
mean, I don't know how to describe it now. I mean, it was like.
Also, how old were you?
It was 2011, so I was 16.
11. 16.
Yeah. It was. It was back in the days of. The British people that I liked.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why we were all concerned with
Yeah.
VidCon.
You know how I'm talking
Just
about.
like, oh, I know. I know the list exactly. All the people on the list that you're talking about. Oh my god. Yeah, I feel like it was just like I always wanted to do it just because it's like you get to go and meet all.
That's
the
all I.
famous people.
That was my only goal, and my goal was met, and it was the best thing ever at the time.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It like.
Wow.
I mean, I guess it was cool. I can't even remember what I did. All I remember is the moments where I met Tom. I mean, there were like shows and performances and stuff, and there was this big hall.
Oh, yeah,
there was this
yeah.
big hall where all the merch was, and that was always
Oh,
really
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah,
hall
they didn't have
anymore.
all the
then.
shows and stuff.
Yeah, the shows were
It's
pretty
not a
good.
hall.
It's not a hall anymore now. Well, I mean, because they do it in the Anaheim Convention Center, so it's like this huge auditorium, like gymnasium-sized place
wow.
where it's all merchandise and expos, and I don't even know how to describe it, but yeah,
So interesting.
I don't know why. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know. That's part of my that part
don't
that
know
part of my
either.
life is like so separate from me now that I don't even
I know.
I, like hardly even think
yeah.
about it.
It is weird. It feels like there was like a whole other world, and now it's
Yeah.
just like gone.
God.
You know, I feel like we were in like a cult or something, but it wasn't that sinister, so we don't really
Yeah,
like,
I wasn't really
worry
like,
about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a very like kind of just fine. What's like the word? Not bad.
A benign.
Yeah, that's exactly the word.
Benevolent
yeah. It was a
cult.
very benign cult that we were all in.
It's no big
Yeah.
deal. Just a little cold.
That's no big deal. I would love to be in a benign cult.
I mean, yeah.
That's really. Would you be in a cult? Do you think? Do you think that could happen?
Under certain circumstances. I mean, I
that's
don't
a
know
good way
what
to put
those
it.
would be, but I don't know. I've never really thought about it,
Yeah.
so I don't really know.
You haven't thought about what you'd do if you were proposed with joining a cult?
I would have to like research it heavily. Have to be like, okay, what does the cult believe in? Do my beliefs align with that? What's the history of the
Yeah.
cult? Like, do they have any beefs with anyone else?
With any other
Yeah,
cults?
with any other cults? Is there some dissing and beefing going on? Oh my god.
lots of dissing and beefing.
Yeah, but
Wow,
between
that's
the
a
cults.
good segue into
Oh god, no! I
So-
don't want to go there yet.
Do you think Nicki Minaj uses GarageBand? Is there any
Oh
chance?
hell no! She doesn't. I bet she's never touched a doll. That's actually too. No, that's not. I wouldn't go there. But
I don't. Yeah, I think she's probably touched one.
But
She
actually,
probably,
I'm gonna check the Wikipedia. Is she like the executive producer of this album, or did she produce anything on it? I'm guessing no.
I
But,
don't know. Is that what she usually does?
No, but I'm just curious.
Okay.
I listened to the new Ariana Grande album today, and she was
Okay,
like, she
okay.
didn't produce it, but she was the executive producer. So I guess she like oversaw the production. Most of the production is by Pharrell.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Huh. What is Well, I've never understood what like executive produce, like that's such a mystery to me.
I
What the
think it
different
just
titles
I
of
think it
producer
just
are
means
in
like
pop music.
you just like monitor the production. Like
Just kind of
you're
like
just the
gave your
overseer,
okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
on the producer like section of this blurb on Wikipedia is very long, but she's in there, but
Okay.
she's not towards the like she's toward the bottom of the list.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
produced Chun-Li with Jeremy Reed, and then that's the only
Okay.
one that she has a production credit on. That's it. So maybe she hit spacebar
Okay.
on the
That's all you gotta do to get a production credit
Bam,
these days.
you got it.
Bam.
$10,000.
10,000 big ones. Half. That was back when half a mil would hype me. This was back when half a pill would hype me.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Hype me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm quoting Nicki Minaj.
I don't.
Did you even listen to the album?
Is it off of this album that you were quoting?
Yeah.
Which one? Which song?
I don't actually know.
I don't want to go too deep into the. I don't want to get there yet.
Okay, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not
Okay,
ready.
we're not
Let's
talking.
just-
we're
let's
not
put it
talking-
out of
yeah,
our minds.
It's not here. This is not. This
Okay,
episode
yeah.
of the Martini Police is not about this.
That's not.
It's just about me and Tim hashing
just
it out.
about- We're hashing it out, getting to the
Yeah,
bottom.
we're
of
getting to the
some
nitty
conflict.
gritty. How's Devin and Andy?
That is some real nitty gritty stuff.
No, I'm like genuinely curious.
They're no. I'm sure you are. They're good. Yeah, they're good. Okay. Here's the thing: is that here? Let's have you weigh in on this.
Okay.
Is that Andy has moved to Nashville, Tennessee?
Whoa. Oh boy. Like right now, he's there right now.
Oh, he's there. He has a job as a carpenter,
Oh god.
and he lives in a house, as many do.
Has he?
Not all.
Was he
but-
in college at any point, or did he graduate, or what? I don't know.
Oh yeah. No, he finished. He graduated from Wheaton College in Wheaton, Illinois.
Yeah. What is his
Um,
degree in?
I guess media studies. I don't know if that's what it really was, but that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
That's pretty good.
really, that's what it was. It's a cool. It's like a cool.
So why is he a
thing
carpenter
study.
then?
To be like Jesus, I think.
Oh.
Also, it just seems like a good paying job.
Yeah, it is.
You
It is
know,
pretty good. But
you're working with your hands. I think it's like he wants to experience the like. I don't know. We should have him on.
yeah, I
on
really
the show
like.
and
I
he can
haven't
answer these
talked to him
questions.
in a very, very long time, or like ever.
should-
I mean, have I had a verbal conversation with him? I think we've only talked over text.
Oh, that's so weird.
I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like we had only had several verbal conversations until like this year.
Yeah. I really hope that, like, let's not have another 6-month gap, eh? Like, let's keep it on the reg.
Okay, let's keep it on the reg. Hard deep on the reg.
Hard
definitely,
deep on the
yeah.
reg. Yeah, so he's
the-
in Nashville. That's. I mean, on
Well,
like
yeah, so he's in.
what?
No, yeah.
Yeah, he's in Nashville. That like simultaneously is like surprising to me, but also like he probably kind of belongs there.
Yeah. No. There's Andy has a quality of like things that he does where it's like completely unpredictable, but like exactly what Andy would do. And moving to Tennessee to Nashville is that for sure.
Like I visited Nashville once. and-
really?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was really fun, and I really enjoyed being there, and I really liked how kind of like music saturated it was. But my one problem was it was almost all country music.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I could exist in this environment. Like I know, like I appreciate country music and I like it generally, but I like I don't think I would be able to have that like be incorporated into my own work without like some, I guess, like clashing in my head. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh no,
Like it would just feel
definitely, yeah.
weird. Like if I was playing a show and I was like playing my own music in Nashville, I feel like I'd be out of place.
You would be so.
Yeah,
out of
I would rather
place.
be.
Yeah.
I would rather be in either Austin here,
Yeah,
or
it feels like
or
a, yeah.
or where you are, or
Yeah,
like
Portland would be
Seattle,
definitely. Yeah,
somewhere up there.
any of the weird towns, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I don't even, and I don't know what kind of country it is what I'm really curious about. Like,
It's very
is it just?
I don't know. I think it's probably pretty diverse, but a lot of it is like very like clean contemporary sounding country, which I'm not a fan of at all.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's. I think that I've been getting really into country actually this summer.
oh yeah,
I've just been kind of like studying it almost, like trying to just understand it because
like research.
There's like so much history to country music.
Oh yeah,
Like if you go to the Wikipedia page, there's literally like distinct waves of like it's like fifth wave, like sixth wave, and you can totally tell when you hear it, like how it evolved and stuff,
Yeah.
and like when specifically it became what I do not like at all.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a period when it was so good.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no,
Willie
there's a lot
Nelson?
of I need to
Oh.
research it a lot more because I
Yeah.
have very little experience with country. So like, what's some
Yeah.
artists that you've been like really getting into?
Well, so Willie Nelson is like my absolute number one jam. I just think that he is such a good musician
Yeah.
who just kind of happens to be country.
Mm-hmm.
And also he's this thing called like outlaw country, I think.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of
and
good
that's-
things about
yeah.
outlaw country.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's way more like rock influenced and like has a lot of similar
Yeah,
things.
like
It has
kind
a
of
lot
like
more like
roots rock.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it feels just like it has like a lot more of that energy,
Yeah.
and it's like really unpoppy. And
That's very appealing to
yeah.
me, I would say.
Yeah, and then also I think Dolly Parton's kind of a classic. She's
Okay.
when it starts getting really poppy. I think.
Yeah, she did.
Like or more poppy, but I think that she walks the line with that place that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And but off of what I said, I also like
Cash.
that guy. Yeah,
That guy.
that guy. Yeah,
The money
good
guy.
old Cash Money. Yeah, Young Money / Cash Money. I walk the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine Young
Yeah.
Money.
Are there any country art?
I'm sorry.
Wait. Oh. What were
I
you
was just going to say, imagine Young Money Cash Money like signing Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Be weird.
I would love
Yeah.
that more than maybe anything. I think that he could find a place on that label.
I think I'd.
Maybe that's hope. Maybe that's too
I'm
hopeful.
gonna give a hard disagree to that.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, no. But is there any country that you like?
I mean, I'm looking at Wikipedia right now to see if I
Oh yeah, that's my jam. Looking at
see
Wikipedia.
anyone that I identify with. I don't know. I feel like if I were to say any names, it would just end up being more like actually just folk rather than country.
Yeah, that's the
Like I
thing.
really love
Is it-
Dylan.
Yeah.
Like he has a little bit of country influence, but I think he's just more folk.
Yeah, definitely.
um,
He's like
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it's like there's a distinct like fork between country music and folk
But
music.
what is
they
it?
Both. I don't see. That's what I don't
Like,
know.
what-
That's what I've almost been wanting to understand because it's like
What's the
there's.
yeah.
I feel like it's the difference. It's like the same music being played in different regions of American history, maybe.
And it just ends up sounding
Like-
different somehow. I don't know what the what
Yeah.
it is that makes it. Yeah,
yeah,
I would take
because like
research that a little bit.
yeah, I want to like I really have only read the Wikipedia page, but I would
Yeah.
like love to like go to the library and like go deep in a way that I don't ever do.
I think
Yeah.
I don't have much experience with like classic like old country stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's
there's
like-
some newer artists that I enjoy. Like
Ooh,
have you heard of Sturgill Simpson?
No, Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah, he had a really good album come out in 2016 called "A Sailor's Guide to Earth," and it's kind of like an outlaw country concept album about like being at sea and stuff.
Oh, that sounds really
Yeah,
cool.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I'm looking at it now. Honestly, Sturgill Simpson, like, just with that.
Yeah, what a
name,
name,
I'm
right?
Absolutely.
It just
into
makes
it.
sense. Yeah.
Also, it really feels like I feel like he would be just judging by that name. I would imagine him as the Sufjan Stevens of country music.
Yeah, kind of.
Because that name is. It seems like an exact parallel to his name.
Yeah, I would say that. And like Bill Callahan, do you know him?
Oh, that's a name I've heard a ton.
He has roots in like lo-fi and rock music with his previous project called Smog. But his solo stuff that he's been doing the past few years have leaned more and more into like a folkier country sound. He has this album called Dream River that's just absolutely blissful and relaxing, and it's like country music as you're like in a boat that's like just gently going down a river. It's so nice.
That sounds so. Is it like there's like clouds floating above you, and they're kind of?
It's like you're existing in a Bob Ross painting. It's gorgeous. It's
that's
wonderful.
like that's a quote you'd put on the album.
Yeah,
that's such a good. Nothing could make me want to.
The
listen
best
to
part about that
than...
album is he remixed it the year after and made a dub reggae version, which sounds weird. It sounds like not.
What?
It sounds like not correct, but it's basically like he's just taking the recordings and just like doing like impromptu like effects and stuff. It's
like he like made like a dub version.
Yeah,
of
dub
it?
version. Yeah, you know dub.
Oh my god,
yeah, it's so cool.
What? Oh my god, that is. I need to know.
Yeah,
about
I
that.
know. Yeah, that's great. But yeah, I really need to get it more into like actual country and stuff. I've heard David Allan Coe is pretty good.
Oh, I haven't even heard that.
Chris Christopherson. Me and Evan last week we did the album. We talked about an album called A Collision by David Crowder Band, which is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's a contemporary Christian rock album.
Oh, yeah, I remember you talking about that years and years ago, and I listened.
I
to
actually
it
finally
and thought it was good.
cornered someone and talked to him about it. Because I've never been able to talk to anyone else about this album because it's so niche. But it has...
Yeah, it's like... It's one of those like things where you discover it and like no one in the world knows about it, but it's just like... Is it that kind of thing where no one has ever heard of it, but you...
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I just know it because like I was raised all around that kind of like Christian contemporary music.
Okay. Yeah,
but he actually like loved listening to it because it's so interesting. Like there are elements of like electronic music and kind of hip hop sometimes, but then there's also a lot of bluegrass parts and like really just kind of honky tonkin' styles. That was the whitest way to say that, but yeah.
Honky tonk. Listen to these honky tonk styles. Come on and see.
Yeah, but anyway.
Wow.
Oh, I'd also say another good modern artist is Andy Ketch.
Oh, that's that's my favorite country artist.
He's got a great country catalog.
Yeah. Trying to think of a country music pun for Scamper House.
Scamper Barn.
Scamper Barn. I love Scamper Barn.
What did you?
I feel like if you were to sing "Meet You Down by the Lakeshore" with a thick Southern accent, that would sound like a country song. Just like "Meet You Down by the Lakeshore" sounds like a Tim McGraw lyric.
Yeah.
Sorry,
That's
Andy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm saying sorry on his behalf.
Okay. I'm glad that you accepted it because he's not gonna respond to that.
He wouldn't dare.
He wouldn't touch that. With
he'd be like, yeah, that's. I'm not sorry. Anyway, did you like his? I don't even know what I'm talking about.
So good.
I'm just losing.
I'm
losing track of my own voice.
I'm just so excited to listen to this podcast.
Yeah, I'm definitely
honestly.
listening.
Like
to
that's
it.
all I'm thinking about right now. I was so excited that I started playing it in one ear, so I'm listening to it while I'm talking. I don't know if you can tell.
I'm listening to like an hour earlier, just right now.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly.
I'm that hyped to jump on to listening to it.
Honestly, I think that would be a good podcasting experiment.
Just like listen to the episode as it's happening.
Yeah.
But like not like this, but like have it an hour behind. Just listening to.
Yeah. Oh my god. What was that thing that we were talking? There was a stupid podcast idea that we were texting about, that was similar to that or something. It was like, do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
think so. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't think it's worth checking, but okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we should just record this episode and then record a subsequent episode of us reacting to this. And then it would just get even, and just do that for like 10 episodes of just like us reacting to reacting. So it gets so like incomprehensible.
Wait. This is actually such a good idea. Wait, so you listen to one episode and then the next episode would be like
you listen to
talking about that episode.
To the previous episode and so on.
Okay, and then see the difference between these two different ways this could go is, are you playing every previous podcast at the same time, or are you just listening to the previous one?
No, you're just listening to the previous one.
Okay, because I think that it would be kind of interesting just to hear what, like, by the end it would be 10 podcasts playing over each other. That's what I thought you were saying at first.
Well, that would be that would be very, like, literally unlistenable.
Just like pure noise.
Yeah.
But
noise.
that'd be like telephone. You know, like that'd be like Except also it'd be nonsense because you'd have to be listening to yourself talking while talking.
I'm gonna try and Google and see if someone's already done this. Because like I actually
what are you gonna Google to find that?
Telephone game podcast.
Okay, yeah, no.
Because like since I started doing my own podcast, I've like been looking at podcasts and like there's some actually like pretty creative things that people are doing with the art form.
I do think that it's like a similar thing to vlogging almost, where it's like people act like it's a really rigid format, where it's like, because like
it really isn't.
Like so few podcasts that I've heard like break any of the like standard like formats of just two people chatting.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could do such weird stuff.
I was someone who I used to work with actually tipped me to this one podcast. I forget what it's called. It's like I don't know what the title of it is. I can't even remember. But it's like set in it's like a fictional podcast. Like it's in a podcast format, but it's scripted. And the story is like this guy like got transported to another dimension where like everything is like in medieval times and they're like wizards and dragons and stuff. And he has all of his podcasting equipment with him, so he's just recording a podcast and interviewing people of that world.
No.
Like, isn't that cool?
That sounds so good.
Yeah, it sounds really.
Wait, what's that called? Did you say?
No, I can't remember the title. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Oh my god.
I really can't remember what it's called. It's like
That is so fun.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'd have to look in my text
yeah.
messages to see what he called it, but yeah, like there's a lot you could do with like Night Vale's a good example.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one I was thinking of as the only one that ever really like has gone distinctly beyond the interview nature of like
Tom, like he has this little art collective that he's working with, and they have a podcast that's like really, really experimental. Like
ooh, that sounds cool.
Each episode is only 10 minutes, and it's just like sound art and like songs, and I'll send it. I can send it to you after this because it's on
totally.
Apple Podcasts. So
okay, yeah, that's like kind of the thing that I'm imagining.
Yeah,
like some weird kind of like sound like scape thing.
Yeah,
like that.
no, it's exactly like that. I think you'd love it.
Oh, that sounds cool.
So.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we could do a lot.
Huh.
We could just start. We could do a spin-off podcast starting with this episode, and where we just listen to the previous one and just react to it.
Wait. So is that podcast like we'd be listening to this one, but this one is a Martini Police, and so this is like the what's that called, the backdoor pilot?
Is that what you call it?
It's like when like an episode of a show is the pilot for its spin-off kind of.
Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be so cool.
So this will be like an episode of Martini Police, but it's actually kind of like the start of the new podcast. Is that's what it would be like? Is that what you're saying?
If we were to do that, yes. Do you think we should do
hypothetically? I'm not making any commitments because that sounds crazy. I don't know if I could handle that, like and remain sane.
Yeah. I don't know.
We should-
Be interesting. We should entertain it. Entertain the idea.
Yeah. Let's entertain that
I will
idea.
spend the next few weeks entertaining that idea.
I'm gonna entertain. I'm gonna invite that idea over for dinner and show it a great night. Entertain it.
See if we get along. See if we click.
Take out the nice plates is what I'm talking about, kind of thing.
You're
You
bringing
know.
out the nice plates for this idea.
Yeah. Nice bottle of some Pinot.
Ooh, Pinot Grigio.
Some nice. Pinot Grigio. I don't know what any of the wine names are.
Do you drink
really.
a lot?
There's like
at all?
No, I like wine, but I don't really. I'll have like a little bit, like probably like once a month.
Okay,
usually.
That's about me. I would say
Yeah.
that's me.
Yeah.
There's very few.
Not a big part of my
There's
life.
very few drinks that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I like the taste of a lot of them. I'm into gross tasting shit. So like
Okay.
I'm staring at like do you know what kombucha is?
Yes.
Do you know about how you make it?
I don't know how you make it, but I know it's like crazy
Oh.
process.
It's like you basically put a mushroom in a jar and it just grows this horrible
That sounds absolutely
kombucha
disgusting.
liquid. I have one right in front of me, like 2 inches from the
Do you
microphone.
like it?
It's been here this whole time. Yeah.
What's
it's
the flavor?
It's like vinegar plus sugar tea.
What the fuck?
But it is actually good though.
Like I've had
imagine that
kombucha that you like buy in like Whole Foods. It's like flavored.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like that. You can like flavor. There's all kinds of things you can.
But
do.
like, what's yours flavored like? Is what I'm asking, or is it just straight?
Well, what you do is you make the kombucha straight, and then you put it in another jar with fruit juice or with live fruit, with like fresh fruit,
With
That's
living
the word, fresh fruit, a living banana, a living breathing banana is in my
on the
kombucha
vine,
jar.
grapes.
On the vine, yeah. I just dip the tree into the kombucha, and it flavors it. That's how they make LaCroix, I think. But yeah,
I
it's
actually
pretty
love
good.
La Croix, or however you say it.
Oh yes, LaCroix.
Yeah,
yeah.
for being literally a student, like having a degree in French, you pronounced it totally wrong.
No. Oh no, you don't even. I am so passionate about this.
Oh,
if
really?
you call LaCroix LaCroix, then I hate your guts because it's not French.
Well,
LaCroix was made in like Minnesota.
But that
So
word,
therefore-
that's not a French word at all.
No, it is. It means the cross, and you would say it in that fancy French way if you were speaking in French. But
Well, why don't you say it that way then?
Well, for the same reason that like you don't pronounce burrito like every time, like in like a perfect Spanish accent, because it's like an English word.
Okay.
LaCroix. You understand?
Yeah, I can understand that.
This is like
It's like I'm thinking of
I get
I'm
into
thinking of a
argument with
very
people all the
specific
time.
example, but I can't remember.
Hmm.
Like, oh man, what is it? Oh, it's like how fuck, I just lost it again.
I believe in you. You can find it.
I really did.
No, I know. I believe that you had it, but
I did have it.
I
It's
think
like
you
a
can find
food-
it again.
It's like a food item that
like Italian.
uh,
That's one that I always have fun
it's
names.
like- I
Sake.
really want to think that it is a Japanese thing, that we intentionally say a different way because
Oh.
shit. I don't know. Okay, well that's okay. I'm instead gonna show you
I'm trying to
this
think,
tweet
too.
that I archived from my Twitter that I retweeted.
Okay.
New LaCroix flavor. I'm gonna make myself say it this way because you've just convinced me. So
Wait, did you say it LaCroix?
I would, yeah. almost never say it out loud, but if I did, I would
wow.
say it that way because I don't
Okay.
know I'm not the wiser. So
I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to do. Like anyone who wants to say it that way, if it brings you joy,
Anyway.
like you go right ahead.
so this tweet says new LaCroix flavors transported in a truck near bananas. hint of lime. Single Skittle dissolved in water.
Oh my god!
Shy
yes, exactly.
watermelon. And then the last one is imagine like a strawberry but with low battery.
It's literally a strawberry with low
That's
battery.
what it is.
That's like exactly what LaCroix tastes like. It's like a dim, like barely lit strawberry.
But like I was gonna say, I'm a fan. Like I think it's good.
Oh yeah,
I think it tastes good.
I think I had 3 today.
Nice.
I literally drink it so much.
That's pretty good.
How many can I find on my desk right now? Here's one, half empty. You hear that? That's LaCroix. And 2. There's one. There's another one over there. That's you can hear. You can listen. Oh, you hear that fizzle?
That fizzle.
That's so
yeah.
that fizzle. Also, I have some coconut water here. While we're talking about divisive beverages, what do you think about that?
Crap. You like remember when we used to talk about how you were like super pretentious about coffee? You've like gotten so pretentious that you've just transcended past coffee, and now you're just on these like absolutely obscure drinks.
If there's a beverage that a pretentious person would be into, a pretentious person, then I'm into it.
Yeah.
Like that's a rule.
Do you do like herbal teas and stuff?
I was digging through herbal teas before we started this conversation.
Really?
No, I actually I don't drink tea that often.
Okay.
I'm 100% a tea like noob.
Okay, well,
Are you a big tea fan?
What?
Are you like an intense tea drinker?
Not, well, I'm an intense tea drinker, but only like sweet iced tea. Like I don't have all those herbal teas. Okay. I do like them, and I will make them occasionally, but I'm not like super like into it.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
I feel
you have like a healthy relationship.
Yeah, I feel like I could be, like if I lived on my own and I got up every morning, I really actually should. I would like make tea more often. So, yeah. But as of right now, I have it every once in a while. But no, I generally drink sweet iced tea with like my meals and stuff because I'm absolutely trash, and anything with sugar I just consume without thinking about it.
I sugar, especially sweet tea, I love so much.
Inescapable.
Like just like a sweet black tea with lemon flavor blows my mind.
Like a little mango or raspberry tea.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Woo.
You really got me rolling.
You got me all hot and flustered thinking about some sweet tea.
Oh boy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I just remembered.
Oh.
Okay, I know we're going to talk about the Nicki Minaj album eventually, but there's also another couple of albums that I desperately need your opinion on.
Okay. I can't promise that I will.
Because you are the biggest fan of this artist that I think I know.
I'm so curious.
What do you think of the good music drops of the summer? The like 7-track albums, like Yay, Kids See Ghosts, Pusha T's album, because I know you're huge, or at least once were.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm like definitely a big fan of Kanye, but I kind of like I have certain releases of his that I love a ton, and then I don't listen to all of it. And I listened to some of the new album, but it just didn't really do much for me.
Yeah.
Devin is the king of Kanye. Like he's the one to be talking to.
He's like he knows more. Like he's way more into hip hop than you, also, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think he's cool. He said that he's cooled on it.
He's cooled down on it. Okay.
Yeah, he also once said that he had cooled on peanut butter, and I'll never forget that phrase. I think I've kind of cooled on peanut butter, is what he said. But yeah, but I think that I like that the weird new like Kanye West stuff, like kind of in idea, but it's like I don't really have any huge amount of joy listening to it. I don't have a huge desire to like re-listen.
Did you hear?
What did you think?
Okay, so Daytona I think is the best one. The Pusha T one.
Okay, yeah, that's what I think. Devin said that one was really good.
Yeah, it is really good, and I like it. Yay, I didn't.
Okay.
Overall, I didn't like that much, especially because it was so short. I think there were some great tracks, but mostly it was just like pretty scattered. And for a 21-minute album, I really think that's the last thing you want, is for it to be scattered, because there's not much room for it to be scattered. So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like that really doesn't vibe with me. So
Yeah, yeah. I feel like with like when you have like a 20-minute album, the whole benefit is that you can make it really focused.
Right, exactly. Which is that Ye is just not, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then the Kids See Ghosts thing, I like. Initially, I thought it was pretty cool, and I gave it a 1 out of 1 on my review thing, Twitter.
Okay, that's high
Yeah.
rating.
Generally, I liked it, but the more I return to it, it just sounds more and more like goofy to me. Like I still hate Kid Cudi so much. I hate him with all of my heart. His voice
Really?
is so fucking annoying.
Really? Oh, wow.
Like he sounds so goofy. He doesn't sound like
Is
a
that
serious.
what Kid Cudi sounds
Yes.
like?
Have you listened to his music?
What? I don't think I've never heard a Kid Cudi song that sounded like
have you
that.
heard?
So
Have you heard? Have you heard
revisit.
"Speeding Bullet to Heaven"? It's his like.
I haven't. I honestly haven't heard.
It's
much.
his rock album, and it is like the worst thing ever created by a man.
Oh yeah, I did. I think I like checked a little bit of that out just because it was like Kid Cudi released a rock album, and it was so.
It's
weird
absolutely
to me.
horrible, and he has the worst voice for it. It's so bad.
Oh no.
So yeah, generally, like I liked it mostly, but I'm kind of waning on it.
Okay.
But did you hear what the Melon did? Did you hear the Melon's opinion?
the melon?
Fantano.
Like, is this a specific melon? Oh, okay. Anthony Fantano.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you?
No, I did not hear. I don't think I've watched a video of his in like upwards.
Okay,
of a
well,
year.
I've been very closely following him.
Oh yeah, I know that he's like a big inspo.
The fourth 10 out of 10 he has ever given was given to Kids See Ghosts.
No way.
He
What?
loved Kids See Ghosts, and I don't get it because he gave Kid Cudi's the rock album that we were just talking about. He gave that a 0. And I'm just like, how is it cannot be that good? And it isn't. It's not.
That is so weird.
Yeah, he like this year in particular is when me and his opinions have just like completely split off and gone in absolutely opposite directions. Like it's
Oh
so
my God.
like it's heartbreaking almost.
So like Anthony Fantano has stopped using GarageBand, so to speak.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
this is his garage
Wow,
band. Like
that's-
that was the
that's
breaking
sad.
point for me. I'm like, you honestly. He liked that new Jack White album. Did you hear that?
I heard a little bit of that. Was it? Did you not like it? Was it not good?
There were some parts of it that I liked, but mostly it was just like absolutely
Ooh,
bonkers
okay.
bad. Like it
Bonkers.
like it
bad.
literally
Oh my
was like
God.
Jack White walked into a Guitar Center and he found a synth and he's like, "Oh, this is cool. I'm gonna put this on my rock album."
Oh, that is such a like that's a whole aesthetic of you walked into a Guitar Center and found a synthesizer
It's just
to put on your rock
it's
record.
not. It's not.
Oh man, I think I heard like 1 or 2 songs off the new Jack White thing, and I liked them. So
There
I
are
figured
some.
the
There
whole thing would be
are
good.
some that work very well. There are some that work very well.
Yeah, but I just I think I heard the 2 good songs.
Yeah, you probably
basically.
did. But yeah, I don't want to get into a tangent about Anthony Fantano, but yeah, he loved all the new Kanye stuff, and I was already kind of predisposed to not like them because his online antics have not been that favorable for me to just experience. So it kind of soured my taste.
Yeah, I don't even. He did like some mean stuff or something, right, on Twitter, or like said. I know that he like said that he liked.
Well, yeah,
Trump,
he endorsed
so
the
that's
president,
something.
and then he like went on a tirade on TMZ in an interview, and is like blaming everyone for his like suffering and shit. I don't know. It's just so stupid. He's in a very volatile state right now. I mean, when has he ever not been?
Right now. Right, he's going through a really volatile state period just right now. Normally, he's a very level-headed guy, but he's having
I'm just
a
saying,
bad
like, right
year.
now it seems like more than ever.
Yeah,
And
no,
I think,
it definitely does. Yeah,
so.
he's reached new levels.
Yeah,
of like
where it's like I don't even know
yeah.
like can he even come back from this? Like I'm kind of worried, honestly.
Worried for Kanye.
Yeah.
I want a shirt that says that.
I'm
I
worried
feel like
for
that
Kanye.
should be like a charity.
Yeah. That would be so good.
Just raising money to support the fact that we are worried about Kanye. The money goes to us.
Yeah, the money just goes to us, but
yeah,
because Kanye,
we're just really
if
worried.
anything, money would not help Kanye at all.
I don't. That's the last thing he needs is more money. if anything, a good charity to help Kanye West would be a charity where we take away.
Yeah,
his money.
yeah, exactly.
I don't think there are charities that do that. So, that's not. They said that like it's a kind of charity.
That'd be the opposite of charity, which is just
Yeah.
like theft, I guess.
Yeah, that's
the opposite.
theft
the opposite
is
of charity.
the opposite
is
of charity. That feels like a kind of like a, I don't know, like a really cryptic thing you'd say, like, what is the opposite of charity? Like that's how you would like get into
It's like a philosophical.
get past like a. Yeah. I'm picturing like a big golden door that's like guarded by a two-headed man who asks you that question, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a riddle.
Yeah.
What is
Wow, Kanye West.
What gets more wet as it dries?
What gets
Theft.
What does
Theft
get more wet
does.
as it dries? Theft. Crime.
Yeah, crime. Oh my god.
That'd be. I don't think we would get into the door.
Yeah.
No.
So what?
That's
So
all right.
what? So I guess what is
Yeah.
some music that you from this year that you have like really like? What's some of your? I mean, I don't know. Have you been keeping up with new music?
I don't. Yeah. You definitely. We perceive. I think that we like hunt down music in a totally
Yeah,
different
I would
way.
agree with
Like
that.
I have zero regard for when music comes out for the most part. Like unless it's an artist I love. Can I display that on Spotify? Can I do albums by year? Can this podcast be tech support? Oh, I can.
You can.
Okay. Recently added. Okay, this is Queen's the Queen's the first one.
Queen is the newest. No.
That is true. Okay, here. There's lots of stuff.
good.
So, New Dirty Projectors. I saw your tweet about it.
Oh yes, yes.
Very
So you
interesting.
did-
So
you did like that?
I did like it. Yeah, you're in your review you said, it was like all of his weird little like studio stuff gets in the
Yeah.
way, right? Is that an accurate
I would say
expression of that?
Yeah.
Okay. I see. The thing is, I totally feel like this is one of the first times that he's using that effectively.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I mean,
it's
no,
still
there are,
good pop
like,
music.
Yeah, and I still don't feel totally like satisfied with that review because like there are things about this album that will make me want to come back to it, but I don't think it's entirely like what's the word? Like I don't think it works all the time. But there are certain songs.
Yeah, I would
like
agree.
I still love the song Right Now, like the first one. I love that
Oh,
track.
yeah, that song
I
is
still
really
love
good.
the track Bluebird. I still like That's a Lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
But again,
God,
it's just the songs in themselves. But like I don't like all the like chaotic, really crazy production stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does get in the way sometimes. How'd you feel about Breakthrough though? Because I feel like some people hated that song, and I love it so much.
That's I'm torn on it because like it's a really great melody and a great like it's a well written song, but that keyboard sound in it I just can't vibe with. It's just too.
Oh really?
It's too like I'm gonna listen to it right now because I don't really.
Oh yes. Listen to.
Oh, it's a
yeah.
guitar. Like it's. I think it just. I don't know. Something about it just doesn't quite click. Like, lock in for me. It seems like just
I
a
can
little bit
definitely
out
feel
of
that.
place. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that this album and the last one both have this weird like feeling of something not being quite right.
Yeah.
feel like-
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like it's just like it's like.
I feel that way kind
it
of
feels
about
like-
all their music, really. I mean, not that I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't heard all of their albums, but
I haven't either, but there definitely is like it's always like there's something off.
yeah, there's something.
but it's like
that's not
it's
quite-
changed recently. But that is
Yeah, I. Can't
whenever
put
I
my
listen to
finger-
their music, I always love it, but it's like
Yeah. No,
just
I can.
a step removed from what my comfort
Yeah,
zone.
I can imagine. No, I totally understand that you love it. Like it sounds very, and that's the thing about it. That's what makes me like kind of upset about it. Is like in concept, all the different ideas that are going on their music is you would think is something that like I would absolutely adore,
Mm-hmm,
like all the weird
yeah.
instrumentation, all the like angular melodies, like his voice is really kind of out there too. And I love all that stuff separately, but just something doesn't quite fit together when it's all put together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely yeah. There's something doesn't feel totally congealed about
Right.
I'd say the album as a whole, and then also a lot of individual
Yeah.
parts because
Mhm.
like a lot of the songs I love by themselves. Like when the singles were all being
Yeah.
released, I was so
Yeah.
into it, and then when the album came out, I really wasn't that blown away by the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Right.
Like
Right. I would say that.
especially because I think that it's like such a horrible mistake to release too many singles before an album comes out, and they totally did that
Yeah,
for this
I
album.
think-
where
There are more people
Yeah.
doing that nowadays, I feel like. They drop like
Yeah, there
4 or 5
definitely are.
singles. It's
exactly,
like,
and then
wow.
it's like you hear the album, and it's like I've already heard half these
Yeah,
songs 20
mhm.
times. Like I don't even want to hear the album.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's some other stuff? It's a good pick.
Yeah. So I'm actually just to give you a perspective on how little new music I listen to. Planetarium is the 5th most new album in my thing.
Oh yeah, that's
That doesn't
That's
feel
like
possible.
old hat
I
at
know
this
there's
point
other
to me.
things. Oh my god, that's so old. I'll say. So I'll give you 3 that you can pick
Okay.
from the albums that the 3 most important albums I've found this year. Tell Me How You Really Feel by Courtney Barnett.
okay.
God's Favorite Customer by Father John Misty, and then there's this other artist that she's a local Portland artist that kind of blew up via NPR, the Tiny Desk concert.
Oh yeah.
Where you can submit songs to it, like of you playing them to like have them bring, I guess, like unknown artists, and she kind of blew up through a few videos on that, and I think she is literally one of the most talented like musicians ever that is at the very, very start of about to become
who is
famous.
this?
Like Haley Hendrix. Have you heard that name?
Haley Hendrix.
It's Haley, and then it's spelled HEYNDERICKX.
I have heard of this. I haven't listened to it, but
Yeah, you might. I bet you saw. You've probably seen like a little thing in like your YouTube suggestions, but didn't. Like,
yes,
didn't
I saw
notice
this
it 'cause-
on Pitchfork, I think.
Oh yeah, she was on
I think
Pitchfork, and she did a KEXP, and now she did a Tiny Desk concert as well. But yeah, she released her debut album this year.
Yeah, I
think
thought.
it's-
Yeah, I think I like tried to make a point to listen to it, but I never got around to it. I really should return to
I
it.
would-
Yeah. So is.
Yeah, you should check out some of her YouTube videos. I just want to like give a really loud endorsement for her because
Yes, this is the official.
I'm
This
obsessed.
is the official Martini Police endorsement of Haley Hendrix.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
big. I'm so glad that.
That's,
wow.
Yeah, she's probably gonna get a
Martini
big bump
Police
from that.
endorsement.
So she gets.
I think yeah. No,
Haley,
I
if you
mean,
get more plays,
might
you're
get-
welcome.
please send us like concert
Yeah.
tickets. We'll come and review the
Mhm.
show or something.
So what is it like? What kind of?
Yeah.
What does it sound like? Like what kind of style is it?
It's kind of just like it's definitely really folky. It's just like at the base, it's just her singing and a guitar
Mhm.
kind of, and then just basic band
Yeah.
and kind of behind her, but a lot of it's acoustic. Yeah, it's good stuff. Just
Oh no, yeah,
I think
I'll add
you'd
it to my
enjoy
list. I'll add it to my list.
Yeah,
There was a
yeah.
lot of shit that came out this past weekend that I'm like trying to sift through. There were like 5 albums that I was
Oh, really?
interested. Yeah, so I'm like on the complete opposite. I have a calendar, and I'm like paying it. I'm like by the day. I'm like making sure I don't miss a thing.
Oh, that's a good way to be living.
Yeah,
though.
it's just because I like I know that I'm never gonna hear everything that I want to hear in my lifetime, but I
Mhm.
really want to try and get close. I want to try and get as close as I
Yeah, that's
can. I want
good.
to listen to as much as I can. So I'm really
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really saturating myself.
That's good. I think that it's just good to like, especially if you're making music, to just put as much music into your brain as you
Oh
can.
yeah. I'm
Just, like,
absolutely.
I think that's such a powerful thing. Like I can't imagine the like musical landscape of your brain just because of how
Yeah.
much different
And
shit
I'm
you
trying.
listen to
Yeah,
all the time.
not only am I listening to like all the new music, but I'm also trying to like catch up on old stuff as well. So it's like really
Yeah.
like my library is a huge mix of a lot of different stuff. I'm trying to get into metal like these past year or so. I've really
Ooh,
like listened to a
yes.
lot of metal music.
Oh my
and
god, yeah.
so I might if you were interested, I might try and throw some of my 2018 recommendations your way.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
ask. Yeah, what are some of your like top picks?
Yeah, so my list right now, I've listened to, or I've written on this list 136 albums from 2018.
Oh my god, 136! I can't believe that many albums were even released.
Yeah, dude, there's thousands of
That's-
albums.
Oh my god.
I'm coming to terms with that every single day of my life. There's so much music. I mean, let's look at 2017. I listened to over 200. I don't know how many though.
Oh.
I listened to.
Wowee.
This list is very long. I listened to 219 albums in 2017. So I'm almost
like
there.
Almost. That's one album every 2 days.
Yeah, pretty
basically.
much. I listen to almost a new album every day, I would say. Just because like there's so much I have to try and like figure out.
Okay, and so how much of your time do you spend listening to music that you've already heard? Like, what's the ratio of music that you're listening to
That's a good
listening to
question.
for the first time compared to music that you've like heard a ton?
Music I've heard a ton, or just like
Or like not a ton, but like music you're familiar
re-listening,
with.
I guess.
Yeah.
I would say probably. I don't know. It depends on the day. Honestly, it might be kind of 50-50 because, like for example,
Okay,
today I had a
that's-
6-hour shift at work and I made a playlist and there were let's see, there were 3 new albums on there, and three albums that I had already heard. So, yeah, it is pretty
Okay,
even
so
split.
yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds perfectly.
Yeah. So.
Okay, interesting.
Like I listened,
I
like
kind
I
of always
listened.
imagined that it was way
Yeah,
different.
no, but like I listened to that Ariana Grande album that I've never heard before today. But I also listened to The
yeah.
Avalanche by Sufjan, which
Oh,
I've heard
yeah,
a billion
okay.
times. So,
Uh-huh.
but anyway, yeah. So my top,
Mhm.
there's like my top 10 is constantly shifting because there's a lot of good stuff, but I don't know like
Mhm,
what is
mhm.
worthy of each placement. So, I don't know what you would like be really into. Have you heard of The Garden?
No,
Okay,
I have not.
The Garden. I'm
Uh,
oh god, is one of my favorite bands right now. They're a duo and they're twin brothers. They're from
okay. That's
yeah,
always
they're from
fun.
Orange County, California. Their names are Wyatt and Fletcher Shears, and they're
Okay.
a punk band.
Is that why they're called The Garden? Because like shears for like clipping.
Oh my god, I've
plants?
never made that connection, but maybe.
And that might be not at all
Maybe,
it.
but no, but they're like I guess you would call them a punk band, but it's like it's not like aggressive. It's like really goofy and fun. And they had a new album called Mirror Might Steal Your Charm, which I highly recommend to you. It's like in my top 5 right now, and it's like
Oh my
they're
god.
it's like it has the punk spirit and ethos and like songwriting style, but there's a lot of like wacky like electronic stuff, and there's like break beats, and like there's this one song that I'm pretty sure samples Donkey Kong at one point, and like and the things that they say are so silly, and their lyrics are always really funny, and they have I saw them live earlier this year, and it's like they have incredible stage presence, and sometimes
Oh.
they dress up in jester costumes, and it's like the best thing ever. I don't know, they're just so
Oh my
so
God.
fun. So yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm like everything you're saying makes me want to listen to everything. This
yeah,
band
you
has
no,
made.
you would love them. They have
Also, I'm looking at their like Wikipedia, and
Mhm.
they have so many albums.
well, they have a lot of
Like-
like demo stuff.
Oh, okay.
They're
They also have like it says they have 2 side projects.
yeah, each one of them has their own solo project.
Oh,
Well,
okay,
one
okay.
Wyatt's is called Enjoy, and Fletcher's is called Puzzle.
Yeah,
I like-
okay. When I saw that on Wikipedia, I thought it was listing the albums that were like meant to be enjoyed and the albums that were meant to be puzzled over. I was like, that's weird. That's on Wikipedia.
No, yeah, no, those are that's their names.
that's the
yeah.
name of their band.
Yeah, see, Under the Garden, they only have 3 albums.
Okay.
But no, yeah, they're very prolific. I like Enjoy more than Puzzle. He had an album come out called Another Word
yeah.
for Joy that was just so good. But yeah, Mirror Might Steal Your
Hmm.
Charm is the one I would recommend to you.
Okay. Definitely gonna
And
listen
then
to that.
the other punk album that I really liked from this year is the new Parquet Courts album. Do you like them?
I do really like them. Yeah, they're like I feel like they are my favorite punk band that's like doing stuff right now, because they sound just like punk bands from like the punk era.
Oh
like,
my god.
They have in a way that like a lot of bands don't.
Well, like they used to be like their earlier stuff like Sunbathing Animal and Human Performance were more like just kind of indie rock, kind of like a slacker rock vibe. But this new album is really where he like went. He being Andrew Savage, the frontman, he really went overboard with like. He's very angry on this album, and it gets very political, and but it's not like sloganeering, like you hear on like really like basic pop songs. It's like he goes in on like very complex topics, and it's so good, and their instrumentation is like so fun and like well assembled, and like the title track is like this really like funky. It's almost like LCD Sound System inspired. It's like so. There are a lot of great like dance grooves on this album. So
really, okay,
it's really fun.
I gotta listen to this. Then.
It's really great. So those,
that sounds really good.
I'll just give you those two because I don't know how saturated you want to get, because I could just go on forever and ever.
Saturate me. I'm ready.
The new Death Grips album is also amazing. Death Grips has finally clicked with me. Like before I liked them, but I didn't love them. But this album I absolutely love. Year of the Snitch.
I feel like that's a turning point, or like a rite of passage for everyone, is like when they start to get Death Grips, and I'm definitely not there.
Oh really?
But like I'm so proud. I'm so like happy that you are. Like, you know,
like I love their stuff, but this one I don't know. It's just so good as an album. It's way more like lo-fi and experimental, and it's just so cool.
More experimental?
I know, right? Like, how could they get any more
standard Death Grips?
Like they like.
Oh my god!
Like for a band, like this band is like the only band that I can think of that is so different every time. That like you never know what to expect.
Yeah, that they definitely.
Yeah.
Like they're one of those bands where like you could give me any headline about them and I would believe
it's
it.
like so like I don't even know.
Like if they released a country album, I'd be like, sure. That's exactly the weird
like
kind of thing.
There
they
are elements
do. Like,
of krautrock on this new album. Do you know what krautrock is?
That's like the like old synth inspired.
Yeah, it's
thing.
like German
like,
style of like.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're like what's the band that what the?
There are a few.
I'm so mad I'm forgetting their name.
Are you thinking of Kraftwerk?
Yeah, Kraftwerk. Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like. Well, I think what you'll hear on Death Grip sounds more like the band Noi or Cluster, but But anyway, there's elements of like that. There's like elements of EDM, and there's like turntable scratches all over the album, which is just it's like the weirdest combination, but it so works. I don't know how, but yeah, it's fucking amazing. So
I should give that a listen. I think they're right. Wow.
I'm gonna give you one more because it just came out this past weekend.
Okay.
And I'm sure you would love it because I know you like Courtney Barnett. This artist is in the same vein. Have you heard of Mitski?
Mitski?
Yeah. Mitski.
Mitski.
She's had a few albums, but this one is the first one that I actually loved, and it's called "Be the Cowboy."
Ooh, "Be the Cowboy." Oh my god. Okay.
It's like just regular. Kind of regular indie rock. It's got like kind of a '90s throwback style to it, but her voice and her lyrics are just so dramatic, and like her storytelling is awesome. So yeah, I would recommend that one.
Oh my god, yeah. So. Jesus, you give like whenever I could like pay money for your music recommendations.
No, I could tell you so much shit. Like I have
here's a job that I think that you should invent is like a music therapist recommendation person. Like it's kind of like a therapist where like you'd go in every week to be like, okay, what music do you think? Like it's like having a spiritual guru, but it's like your music guru.
I mean,
You're a
that's kind
taste
of what,
guru.
that's
You could be a taste guru. That's
taste
what it
guru.
is.
I would love to do that absolutely for a living. Just recommend stuff to people, just about anything.
Yeah, like, yeah, yeah, like it's just
like films.
$30 an hour
Yeah.
for like your once a week appointment.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. I would absolutely do that every day.
Start
That's like my favorite thing to do.
A private practice. That's like what is happening in all of your social media all the time. Anyway, I wish you could like be getting paid for it.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's what music journalists are for kind of.
I guess
just like music reviews is just so that, yeah, like that's how I get my recommendations.
I guess that is literally kind of like the.
But I would know. But I wish it was like in the format that you just described, where you like have one person, like a one-on-one sesh where you just sit down.
That would be really nice. As opposed to just opening up Anthony Fantano's YouTube.
Yeah. That's exactly what I do.
just bracing myself.
I hate how much of a fan I am of his stuff, but I really do. I follow him religiously.
No, I can understand it. I mean, especially because like, I do really enjoy him as like a music
personality.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean that's what makes him different from like review sites. Like I read Pitchfork a lot, but like. Because he does it on video and he does it all himself and it's not several writers, like you really get attached to him and his taste and his personality.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah.
Like the way that you know why certain albums would get a 10 out of 10 from him, or why they would get like a really low score.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah, I love yeah.
That's
why I love that so much. So yeah, so that's my 2018's going good.
It sounds like you're having a good 2018.
I mean, musically. Life-wise, absolute shit. But
life-wise, it's all a disaster.
It's a total train wreck.
Day-to-day agony, but at least I got a good playlist.
Yeah, I do have a great playlist. So, anyway. So we've about wasted 2 hours now. Do you want to maybe talk about the album a little bit?
Yeah, let's just like get it out of the way really quick, and then we can...
Yeah.
Just to say we did. So Nicki Minaj made an album.
She did.
Called Queen.
She made it called Queen. So I made the horribly stupid decision of just re-listening to the Nice Tunes episode where y'all did the Pink Print.
Oh my god. That's so not what I wanted you to do, because now I'm going to say all the same things that I said about the last album. I'm going to say have all the same observations about Nicki Minaj.
I can't stress this enough to you or Devin or Andy. Like, I listened to those 10 like videos so often in my daily life that I just assume that they happened like a week ago instead of 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh my god, 3 years
like
ago.
Those are like all the Nice Tunes are still fresh in my mind, and I think like you just came off of those.
That's so strange.
And like it sucks because like your life is very different now than the way you talk about it in that, you know.
Is it really?
Well, I mean like not like the way you talk is different, but like I mean like the stuff in your life is very different, like what you're doing with it.
I guess, yeah.
So
in a certain way, yeah. I also feel like I will listen to Nice Tunes and it's just like, oh, we are exactly the same.
Well, yeah, no, personality-wise, no, you're exactly the same. But yeah, what I mean to say is like
there's just all kinds of things that we would say again.
Right.
If we were to record any of those episodes again, they'd be 75% identical. Like,
yeah.
You could almost like sync them up together. I'm sure.
I don't know why why I'm like so attached to them, but it's just they're just fun to listen to. It's just fun to hear you guys just talk about nothing for hours.
Yeah. No, I do think that it's probably a fun to listen to podcast when you're like, when you know who we are and you're not us.
Right.
And so that's a very small amount of people, and you're one of those people. So it makes sense. You're exactly the audience.
I'm the biggest fan, which is why I ripped it off with my podcast.
No, you actually, I was like, you really didn't. It's really, I feel like it's very distinct.
You think so?
as far as two like comedy music review podcasts
I guess
could
so,
be.
yeah. Me, oh
Made
my
by
god,
two people that
the
know
episode
each other.
2 episodes ago that I did with Evan on we talked about the Souls of Mischief album 93 till Infinity. We at the very beginning we did a bit that lasted half an hour. Like we were so we didn't break almost the entire time. Like it's like I can't believe we actually did it. We did this bit where we were talking about well, we like took it from this one bit from Gabriel Gundaker, who's also a former Viner. He has this stand-up bit where he, the setup to the bit is he's talking about how he took his coins to the Coinstar, but the Coinstar wasn't working. But the bit is just that sentence. He just says it over and over. Where, he goes. So, I had some coins, so I wanted to go to the Coinstar, but when I got there, it was broken. So I went to the Coinstar, and it turns out the Coinstar wasn't working. So I go to the Coinstar, and it wasn't like it's just that for like 2 minutes. That's the bit. So I kind of like made a spin-off bit of that. So both me and Evan talked about how we went to Chick-fil-A on a Sunday when it was closed, and we didn't realize it was closed until we got there. And
you said that for a half an hour?
We talked about that.
Oh,
you really
my God.
gotta hear it. It's just like I can't really describe it.
Oh yeah, I definitely need to like deep dive into this discography. Like,
it was so funny.
What?
I can't really describe how that actually went down. We made it like way more elaborate. Like we would go more in depth about like the actual story. Like we made up.
I would hope so. Because I don't know how you would talk about that for 30 minutes.
No, we didn't say the same sentence for half an hour, but like we talked very, very in great detail about a fake story about going to Chick-fil-A when it was closed. Like we made every detail like really like descriptive and like convoluted and strange. So anyway.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I definitely want to hear it. Also, I love that you've now sold me on like 2 different punk albums, like 3 other people, and your own podcast, like the podcast that I'm on.
Yeah, I'm just
recommending
things to you for this whole.
And it's like you've recommended the podcast that we are currently listening.
I'm like, hey, you should listen to the rest of
the listeners listening to. Which is great. If any listeners out there are on the fence about Martini Police, this is Matthew Duvall. This is the
official Martini Police endorsement of the Martini Police.
Yeah.
I'm just recommending myself.
Yeah. If you trust Matthew's judgment but don't know if you like the podcast, then
I don't know what to tell you. I would just listen to it.
There we go. Now it's on the record.
So anyway, I listened to the episode of you guys talking about Pink Print. And I want to start out this review of Queen by saying my prediction was correct. I haven't listened to the Pink Print since that day.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Really? Since that day?
Pretty much. Like, since that day.
Oh, my God. And, like, if you didn't listen to it, then, like, that's not good.
I haven't even listened to Anaconda since then, probably.
Wow. I mean, do you find yourself listening to a lot of Minaj, like, in general? Like, are you still a big fan?
I mean, I listened to Roman Reloaded, like, it must have been a month ago, maybe? And I still loved it. Like, I would still say I'm a fan. So, I mean, I was super hyped for this album, so I would say, like, she hasn't dropped off the radar for me. So.
Okay, that's good. Okay, and so you were hyped for it. Like, what are your overall impressions? Were you disappointed, not disappointed?
Well, that's kind of why I wanted to have this podcast, is because I want to kind of like figure out my feelings on it, because I have a lot of conflicting viewpoints, and I'm hoping that getting your input would like kind of help me solidify my own, point of view. Because I mean, definitely better than Pink Print, easily. I think it's like, in a way, it's kind of like what I wanted the Pink Print to be.
Really?
Because the Pink Print was kind of billed as her like true blue rap album, like her first like actually rap focused.
Oh, I guess yeah, because the whole thing is that it's like the
Right,
Blueprint
yeah.
by Jay-Z,
But
right?
it's
I
but it
totally
really
forgot about that
isn't.
right
Like
now.
it's still just like packed with a bunch of generic pop
Yeah.
tracks with a lot of singing.
Like all the things that I remember from the Pink Print are like the huge weird pop
Yeah,
productions
exactly.
that she does, like
yeah.
like that kind of thing. Because like when I think of Nicki Minaj, I think of like her very distinct rapping style, and then also just that weird level of production and like weird song stuff
Yeah.
that she does. And I feel like I definitely think of more Pink Print as like that weird stuff, and this feels way more like just a rap album.
So yeah, Queen. Yeah, this is like her most like she has the most verses and rap centric tracks on this album, and for that I think it's very much like that's a very positive point for me. I'm really glad that she actually finally focused on rapping for almost the entire album.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like that's like what is so amazing about
yeah,
her.
that's
like,
her best quality.
Just like literally
she's
her
so
rapping.
good.
Yeah.
So I generally that was one of my first like big positive points about it, is that I'm glad there wasn't as much like just regular singing pop songs. So
yeah. And I found that the ones that are like that on there were all definitely the ones that I liked the least. Like I actually I think I might have gotten rid of it. But in Spotify I made. So here's my deal. Oh, it's still here. I made a new track list for the album because
you like reordered it?
Not reordered it. Although if I wanted to put more time into it, I definitely would do that.
You just took out songs you didn't like.
I just cutting out a bunch of songs because my overall impression of the album is that it's like 10 really good songs in a 17 song album that just feels really loaded, you know?
No, I agree. Yeah, she always packs her albums so much with stuff, you know? Like they're always like over an hour long.
I feel like that's and like with a pop rapper like that, it's like that's not what I want.
You need something punchy.
Exactly. I want like a really strong half
right,
hour.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
And the thing is, that half an hour is in there.
Yeah,
like,
no, yeah, it's absolutely in here somewhere.
Yeah.
I need
somewhere.
to dig for it.
I think it's behind Lil Wayne. I think he's
behind
standing
his looming shadow.
The looming shadow of his hair. Also, is Lil Wayne dying? Someone told me once that Lil Wayne was dying, but he hasn't died yet.
His verse on Rich Sex is making me question it.
Really? Did he talk about that?
No, like he just sounds half alive.
Oh. Like he just say he just sounds like he is dead. Yeah, no, definitely. Maybe I just heard that song and that's why I have that impression.
Okay, so what's your new track list then?
Okay, so I didn't put a lot of thought into this, so but it's just I just kind of took out all the songs I didn't really like. I'd put it Ganja Burns, Majesty, Barbie Dreams. I love those 3 songs. And then I just think that you said that you loved the next 5, right?
The next 3.
Or because that I cut Rich Sex, Hard White, Bed, Thought I Knew You, and Run and Hide.
Okay.
Because I just feel like those are all the most poppy songs for me.
And some of them, yeah.
And that trap production, I just can't that is definitely me. I just don't like trap.
Oh, you really haven't? I was gonna ask you about that. Like, have you gotten into the trap as saturated as it has become in the pop landscape? It's been very hard for me to avoid. So I've kind of started to acclimate myself toward it, and now there's some trap inspired stuff that I really like. So that's why I was able to Hard White. I think is a great track.
Yeah, I do. I love her rapping on it, but I haven't really dug deep at all into the world of trap. I haven't even looked at the Wikipedia page, which is saying something for me. You know,
that's a huge.
But
deal.
In high school, I made several albums with my friend who was a rapper, and a lot of the music that he listened to was trap, and so I've only ever really heard his palette.
Are you talking about Kyle?
Yeah, Kyle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I didn't like any of the trap that he liked.
You did all the production on those records?
There's one that I did all the production on, and then one I did 3 of the 9 songs on.
Which?
Have you listened to his music?
Yeah, I listened to Dante, and then the one before that.
What? That's so funny.
Well, yeah, because y'all promoted
Yeah.
it, so I guess
Oh, I guess that does make sense. I feel like, well, the first one, me and him like made it in the same way that me and Andy made all our Andy and the Mutt albums. So it was like 100% like collaboration. But on the next one, it was kind of like he was just like, Tim, you're gonna produce these 3 songs like a real rap producer. Except I have no idea how to make rap music, so it doesn't sound anything like what.
Is he still doing stuff?
Like. Yeah, he's in a band now. Actually, we're gonna a low-key promote for the Locals, spelled LXCALS. I guess it's like a punk rap band.
Oh, like a rap rock? Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, no, but like, it's literally like a punk band where the lead singer raps.
That sounds.
I don't know if
that
that's
sounds
what rap
pretty
rock
cool.
is.
Honestly.
There are definitely some good songs.
I heard this
they've made.
amazing EP on Bandcamp that someone made, where they took the instrumentals from the punk band Doom, like their songs, and then they put MF Doom verses on top of those songs, and it actually sounded so cool.
Oh my god, that sounds.
Yeah.
That sounds like that would be really good. I mean, just like like actually combining like those two genres, like.
Yeah, no, there's some actually like decent. Like I know rap rock has a bad reputation from its pop era in the '90s when it was just like terrible, but no, there's some underground gems, I would say. So.
Oh yeah.
No, that sounds cool though.
Yeah.
Good for Kyle. Shout out.
Good for Kyle. Shouts out to Kyle. Kyle, if you're listening, hey, yeah, but so that's trap. But you like trap?
I like some trap. Have I talked to you about Post Malone?
No.
Do you know who this is?
What you have to say about Post Malone?
What's your opinion of him?
I have heard one song of his and I didn't really like it, but I enjoy him as a guy
as a personality,
so
he's hilarious and great.
Like I love it, and also he has these videos on YouTube of him singing songs on guitar from like before he was famous, and he's such a good singer. Like
so my
player,
opinion of him was on his first album Stony. I thought it was absolute trash. I thought it was like garbage, totally bad. But then I heard this new album and like something just clicked. I don't know why I love this album so much, but I like. he just makes it work somehow. It's like he's a singer-songwriter, but then he also has trap in the background, and it just works somehow. Like his voice is awesome, and he writes these really great melodies. I don't know why. Somehow his style just works for me. I just love his new stuff.
That really makes me want to listen to it.
I doubt that you would have as positive of an impression because it is very, very trap heavy, and there are a lot of verses from like Sway Lee and 21 Savage and people like that who are like very basic, but but yeah, I mean worth a shot, I guess. I was absolutely pleasantly surprised. So yeah,
if you're endorsing a Post Malone album, then because just I want to like Post Malone so bad. That would do me so much good if I were to hear that album and fall in love with it.
Oh yeah.
Because I already like him so much. Like I wish that I liked his music as much as I like him.
You would probably get something out of it. Like there's some,
I'm sure.
There's a track where Nicki Minaj is on it, and it's a great track. So.
Okay.
There
you go.
So you took out we're still on your fake track list.
Oh my god! Every time that we make one step in the direction of actually reviewing the album, we go on like 8 tangents.
It's okay.
Okay, so just to finish my track list, then I include it's take out Rich Sex through Run and Hide, then leave in Chun Sui, Chun Li, and LLC, which is maybe my favorite track.
LLC is very good.
And then I like Good Form, don't like Nip Tuck, I like Too Lit Too Late, don't like the next 2, and then I like the last 3. That's my track list.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think?
I think I'm like 70% in agreement with you. There are a few tracks that I feel very positive about that you don't, and vice versa. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about Chun Sui because her verses on Chun Sui are very good, like fantastic. Some of her best rapping on the album. But something's just off about Sway Lee's hook.
Yeah, I think actually.
It's like two different songs, like two different moods. Like her
Yeah.
mood's very gritty and like aggressive, and his is like so like weirdly angelic and like strange. I just don't think it fits.
Yeah, I think that's actually why I was more into it than not into it, was because it's so weird.
Yeah, it is pretty weird.
Like that
it is
hook.
pretty weird.
Like it's just so kind of like put other world.
Yeah, and it is memorable. So yeah, I'll give it that.
But I definitely, it's not. That's definitely not. My
I don't know
favorite
why
track,
I don't know why he
the
says in the
album.
hook, "This ain't no ski resort." Like, what does that mean?
Well, it ain't. It ain't, is it?
But why? It's such a nonsense.
But is it?
That's
It's
just
not.
such a nonsense line for me.
I don't even.
Also,
yeah, that doesn't even.
did you realize how long this track? It's 6 minutes long.
Yeah, that's really long.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being that long. I don't think I listened to the whole thing like very closely, and that's
I
maybe
don't
why
think it needs to be that
positive.
long.
Yeah, there's no way.
Oh,
it
that
could
leads me to
be
my first huge gripe with this album.
Okay.
Way too many fade outs. There are so many fade outs
Oh.
in this album, and I don't know why. The song could just end, but then she just fades it out for no reason.
I totally did not
It's
notice
so.
that. But now that
yeah.
you say that,
It's not-
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry I brought that up because now you're gonna notice it. And it's just like so. It's so distracting to me.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize. It's the truth, Matt.
We're only about
It's
the
the
truth
truth.
here.
We're only about the truth, and sometimes lies, but
Yeah, sometimes
mostly the truth.
lies, but mostly the truth.
Yeah, I think that in general, fade outs are a big pet peeve of mine because it's like 90% of the time it is the single most boring way you could end a song.
Yeah, there's some ways where it can work, but
Yeah, it has great
generally
applications.
to
but,
me it just signifies that like you just didn't want to write an ending.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like you
Yeah.
could just like play a few notes.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah. Just
like
and that's
I have been in situations where I had a song that I wanted to do a fade out, and it's like, oh no, I'll just hit 3 notes at the end, and it sounds
right,
like an end.
yeah. And that's the
It's-
thing
it's
about
easy.
the fade outs on this album in particular is like a lot of them are it's just a beat that's looping. So just have it end.
Yeah.
Like just cut it off at the
you
end. That's
have-
it. That's all you need.
You're looking at the yeah, like when it just ends abruptly. That's such a nice
Like that's fine.
rap
yeah.
thing. I love that.
Yeah. It'd be so easy to pull that off, but you just didn't. You just faded it out for no reason.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I honestly just feel like a large part of this album's like shortcomings comes from the fact that it doesn't feel like there was anyone watching over it, like listening to the whole thing and making sure that it was a good album. It's like I feel like it is 17. I feel like she went into the studio 17 times to make songs and threw them
With
on an
different
album.
people every time, and then she was like,
Yeah,
"All right,
and
I'm
so
gonna
it's
bring them all
like-
together now. Now it's an album."
Yeah, exactly. And no one was like, wait, 90% of these songs end in a fade out. We should
Yeah.
fix this.
That's actually a great way of describing it. It is kind
Yeah,
of a
like-
compilation at some points.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Which is, I feel like that's just kind of a trapping that a lot of popular music falls into
Yeah,
because
yeah.
no one that's making money off of music gives a shit about an album for the most part. Like,
That's actually.
you know,
I hate to make another recommendation for you, but one of my
Don't
one of
hate
my
it, do
favorite
it.
albums of this year is the new Janelle Monáe album. Janelle Monáe is a very like an incredibly
yes.
popular rapper and singer and artist. She's like well in the mainstream right now, and she's made what is possibly her poppiest album, but it's so cohesive. Like it's incredibly progressive as a pop album. Like it does so well. So that's another one that's an example where that goes right.
Okay.
I guess is what I mean to say.
Yeah.
Where the pop album is actually
definitely.
like well put together. So
Yeah, because it can be done. Like I mean, like Lemonade is a
Yeah,
definitely,
Lemonade- yeah,
like,
another
probably
great example.
Would be my first
Yeah.
example, and that's an album that is sonically very like disparate and goes in weird
Yeah,
directions and
yeah.
stuff. But like, you absolutely feel like Beyonce sat down to make
Right,
that
yeah.
album. Beyond the obvious, like have the whole thing having a story.
and like
or
I mean,
whatever, like,
it's not as much pop, but it's very much popular. But like Kendrick Lamar's stuff, Like
Oh,
Damn
exactly.
is
Yeah,
excellent. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's actually he's an example of like rap music where it's a very
yeah, he's kind of like
this all the songs sound very distinct but absolutely fit
yeah,
on
he's
the same
kind of
album.
like unparalleled in that regard. Like he's done so well with the rap album. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
it's
that's
unquestionable.
I mean, like Good Kid, Mad City is definitely still my favorite rap album. Like I think
Oh,
tied with Yeezus, but like
ooh, that's a point of contention. Mine's
Ooh,
my
ooh,
favorite
why?
album of all time is To Pimp a Butterfly.
ooh,
So
we gotta
yeah, we need a
on
bit of
that.
a
That's,
we need
wow.
a bit of a Super Smash Ultimate.
That's I really feel like we should like okay, if this were a video podcast, here's an idea: is that we would, whenever we have a little argument, we talk it over in the time that it takes to play a round of Super
That
Smash
sounds
Bros.
perfect. Yeah, that actually would work.
Okay, so because that's what would happen right now is you'd hear the Super Smash Bros. Music.
Right? Yeah, the
Okay.
Final Destination
So
music.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so To Pimp a Butterfly, definitely a great album.
Mm-hmm.
But like, have you heard Good Kid, Mad City? Like you've heard that one, right?
It's also great. It's also great. It's awesome. But To Pimp a Butterfly is just it's just like it's a 10 in every way. Like it's so like it like especially with the whole poem thing. Like literally every song is interlinked with one another, and it's like so incredible. Like it's not, that's the genius of it is it's not a story album like Good Kid, Mad City is, but it works.
Yeah,
it's just as cohesive without the story element.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Yeah, definitely.
And just like with the whole like having the Tupac interview at the end, spoilers, and all that kind of stuff. It's like literally he was consciously making an album that was like turning a new page in rap. Like this is the next era that's beginning right here. And like he really did predict that, because then he made Damn, which is like the best selling rap album almost ever. I mean close, but the first one to win a Pulitzer Prize, etc. So
oh, it did? I didn't know that.
He won a
Wait, Damn won a Pulitzer Prize?
He won a Pulitzer Prize.
Oh, I did hear
Damn.
about that, about him in general, yeah.
So
okay, that is. Oh, I kind of forgot about that. That's really cool that he did.
But yeah, so no, I understand. I understand that Good Kid, Mad City is very good, but I just love To Pimp a Butterfly. So
I think I actually, you saying that though made me realize what I don't like about To Pimp a Butterfly. I think it's just that, and it's actually what like I love the idea of the poem and like the interview and the way it's all interlinked in that way, and like it seems as something I'd be into. But I think the fact that he's like interviewing like such an important person, and the way that, like you said, he's like trying to say that he's turning a new like page in rap. I just think that in that album, it's all gone to his head in a way that like it isn't in Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh, you think it's like kind of pretentious?
A little bit, but it's just I just think that like it's actually the same thing that I feel with Queen. I just think that a lot of like famous artists, even when they're amazing artists like Kendrick Lamar, like they just lose their, like they become mythologized in their own head.
Oh yeah, I can see what you
like
he was a bit presumptuous by like expecting that this was going to be that album that did that. Is that what you mean? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like the thing is, if anyone can make that assumption at the moment, it would be Kendrick Lamar. Like I would never say that like that was embarrassing because he didn't end up, because he literally just like has been like a hurricane of like a music figure in the last like 10 years or whatever. But
no, I can.
I just think that
I agree with that. I mean, like what I mean to say is I can see where you're coming from. But
it is also an amazing album. Is the thing. Like I definitely respect that.
It's like I've as a huge fan of experimental music, I've never had a problem with like people being presumptuous like that. So I guess that doesn't really faze me. So I guess that's why I don't know. It's just so good.
Yeah, it's kind of just something I think I'm just like sensitive to when artists.
Yeah, I can definitely understand
gods.
That. Yeah,
and it just bugs me really a lot.
There are of course there are cases where an artist thinks they're the shit, and I absolutely do not.
Yeah, yeah.
Mr.
And the thing is,
Mr.
it
I'm
is
talking
also-
to you,
it is-
Mr. Josh Tillman.
That's exactly the
You
example I was going to
absolute
use.
asshole.
But I was going to say there's artists that I don't mind that they think of that way because it's so fun, and that's how I would describe
my
him that way. Where he's a total self-absorbed asshole, but I love
I hate it. I hate it
because it's so
much.
silly and fun. Oh my god. Yeah, I love that you hate Father John
I'm
Misty.
glad that you are okay
makes
with
me
that
so happy.
because everyone who knows that I hate him is like, but no, please, you really. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wish I could enjoy him along with y'all, but he absolutely, fucking, what's the word? He irks me to the highest degree.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I see. I totally get that. I think it's the same thing with him, To Pimp a Butterfly for me. Yeah, he is just I think that he also has made a lot of wrong turns in certain releases that like make him that really accentuate all those
Who, Father
parts
John
of him that
Misty?
are so annoying. Yeah, Father John Misty. And I totally agree. But then also, it's sometimes fun because he's just
Yeah.
like so self-absorbed, but also self-aware.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thing.
Like, yeah, that's
I don't
whatever.
know.
That's
It's
whatever.
funny.
It's
It's
whatever.
whatever.
You know. I'm.
Do you have any like?
Any,
Oh
any
yes.
what?
Oh yes. Please. Oh my god. I feel so bad for anyone listening that is bothered by people cutting each other off and having to stop. The way, because that's just because of the phone nature of this. It's literally
It's
every
okay.
20 seconds.
It's okay.
but-
I
wait, what
was
were you
gonna
say?
say I accept your apology as a future listener of this episode.
I appreciate it. You're accepting apologies on behalf of Andy
and future me.
all the future listeners,
Yeah.
future you. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Actually, you can accepting an apology on behalf of future you isn't too.
That's pretty normal.
Rude. That's pretty.
What were you
people do
gonna
that all
say?
the time. I was gonna say, do you have any highlight tracks off of Queen?
Oh yeah,
Like,
several.
what are some
several,
of your
several.
faves? I think.
Absolutely, Barbie Dreams is like my favorite of the
Yeah.
album. Absolutely, and it's one of my favorite songs of hers ever. Like, it just works so well, and she just goes in on like she literally name drops probably 15 different people in this one song.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and like some of the things she says are like actually very mean, but just because
Yeah.
just 'cause
That's
it's in
what.
this
That's what I was gonna
yeah,
shocked by.
it's because it's in the style of this like the style of the song that I'm not like I feel like that's just for shock value. So I think that it just works within the song. But like if she just said that like in an
Yeah.
interview or something, I would be very offended.
Yeah,
like-
exactly. And
yeah.
also the whole thing, like, isn't it supposed to be like the gender reversed version of like Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah,
song?
because it uses it's a flip of that same sample, but instead of talking about wanting to have sex with all these rappers, she's talking about, I guess, just being better than them.
Yeah, and why she wouldn't
Yeah,
have sex
right.
with them.
So, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
fantastic
Yeah, definitely
track.
like that song. That was the first track that I heard off the album, and like
Yeah,
definitely
it's
like put me
mhm.
in the mindset for
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
so
thing.
good. But I also wanted to. I wasn't sure when to bring this up, but there's a little bit of an elephant in the room surrounding this album and Nicki Minaj right now in
Oh.
general.
Okay.
Do you know about Mr. Tekashi 6ix9ine? Do you know who this guy
No.
is?
Mr. Tekashi?
You never heard of
6ix9ine?
6ix9ine?
Is he a hacker?
You
So
never
I
heard
mean,
of 6ix9ine?
I've heard of the number 69.
No, but like there's a rapper named 6ix9ine. And
oh
his
no, I
name
haven't
is spelled
heard that.
6ix9ine. So like
Oh.
6ix9ine, but like instead.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it on
Yeah,
the Wikipedia. Also, I did actually type Mr. Tekashi 69. I didn't
Oh, it's not a
realize that you were
Mr..
just saying that. I thought that was his name.
But yeah, this guy
Huh.
is a very horrible person.
Yeah.
He has been he's pled guilty to pedophilia on three
Oh, God,
separate
yeah.
accounts.
No,
Yeah.
what?
But he's still like dominating the charts right now. His music.
Oh,
And he's also a absolutely not black person who is using the N-word in his songs. So that's also something I don't like.
yeah.
Um, And yet,
Huh.
Nicki Minaj made a track with him, and decided to put it on this album after the album came out. So it's track 20.
I saw that. I was gonna ask what like I thought I saw that during this conversation. I was like, that was not there when I was listening to the album 3 hours ago. Like,
yeah, she added it like a few days after the album came out. Just like, I guess in the hopes of getting like it to number 1, because it wasn't at number 1. Because that song is like number 3 in the country right now. So yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it's just fucking awful, because she is in the past like made very like vocal opposition to pedophilia and all that stuff, but then she's like collaborating with this guy, and it's just horrible. And so like while I still love her music, like there's a part of this album that like is just like soured for me because of that.
Oh yeah, that's such a bummer. Why would you go so out of your way to like show support for somebody who's just doing bad stuff?
Like, it's not just that. It's not just like his crimes and stuff, but he's like genuinely like the most annoying person I've ever seen. Like
honestly, literally just Google image search. Like I hate him
so much.
Like,
oh my god, I hate him so much. I can't even.
I kind of enjoy looking at him. I'll be honest.
Well, no, yeah, like
so much to see.
like that's his whole gimmick is that he's like so colorful, but like
yeah, I like his teeth. That's the only thing I like about him.
I hate those. Teeth. It's like so ugly. his like smile is like so. It's like he's literally a villain.
Yeah, he looks like that would be a great design for a Batman villain.
Did you actually know that like he got popular because of a meme? There was a picture of him, and the caption was, "This is the final boss after you defeated all the other SoundCloud rappers."
That is so good.
But yeah, he's a horrible guy. He's a terrible guy. And I hate that he's on this album.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I had to go to a different version of it on Spotify to find that track. So if I press back, it's gone. There we go. I'm just gonna pretend it's not there.
That's what. Yeah. On Apple Music, it says like it acts like I did never, like that track isn't on it. So I'm keeping it like that. So. So yes, Barbie Dreams is my favorite track. But I also really love Bed and Hard White.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I can understand why Bed isn't like a favorite of yours, because it is just really like it's the pop single from this album. But like I honestly just love Ariana Grande's voice, and I love like seeing her featured on stuff, and also I just think the melody is just fantastic. Just I got a bed for your name on it. I just love that. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely was catchy. I would definitely say
I think it's well. I think it's well produced and pretty like vibrant. So yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Okay, I can definitely.
And the reason I like Hard White so much is it's like it sounds like a regular, pretty standard trap banger that you would like hear from Ray Sremmurd or one of those people, but it's like the first time she's done it, but like she does it so effortlessly. It just works like without even trying. That's what I love about it. Is like she's
that definitely
like
is true.
In her previous album, she was very much like a part of the kind of bling era style production. Like it was before she hopped on the trap wave, and she like did this earlier style of production. So I think this is the album where she really like embraced like trap fully, and she just like it's like not even there's not even a learning curve. Like she absolutely like it's like she fits on it so like effortlessly. So that's why I love that track.
Yeah, I will say I had a hard time with when I was like picking which songs I wanted to keep and not. That one in particular, I had to like listen back a few times and think about it, because like I do think she's doing what she's doing super well. It's just not she's not doing something that I really want
I
her.
understand that.
But like honestly, I mean, really, I feel like the thing about this album is there's no songs that are bad.
Well,
like, there's no song on here that I would hate to hear again.
I actually have an opinion. Yeah.
Do you? Okay, maybe I'm missing one.
No, it's because this is going to be our biggest like brawling point. Another brawl is coming up.
Oh my gosh.
I absolutely despise Majesty. Like I can't.
Ooh, and then that's when the jingle plays, the like of the starting the fight. 3, 2, 1, fight.
Yeah, I hate this track.
Also, just side note, who's your Smash Bros. Like character go to?
Oh, that's a great question. I haven't played it in a long time, so
I haven't in a while either. So.
And the last one I played was, I generally play Brawl because I had a Wii.
Oh yeah, that's one of the classics for sure.
Actually, I've been starting to follow some video game players, like gamers on Twitter, and Brawl's actually like a lower tier in their opinion. Like most people either like Melee or 64.
Yeah, no, Melee is definitely. I mean, I agree with everyone when they say it. I feel like everyone thinks that Melee is like the peak of the Smash
pinnacle.
Bros. Like work, the pinnacle, and I agree, but Brawl is great. When I was
like Brawl.
My neighbor had Brawl once, and there was one night. It was the only time in my life that we were playing it. Like we started playing it like around dinner time. And we literally played it nonstop until the sun rose, without realizing that. Like, not even we had zero conscious thoughts of playing it all night.
No, it's really
like just like oh shit, it's morning,
bro. And I'm so excited for Ultimate. Like, I kind of want to get a Switch just to have that.
I know, honestly,
So generally on Brawl, my character of choice is either Ice Climbers or Pit.
Whoa,
Pit
or who? Pit, like the angel?
I love Pit. Or Meta Knight. I also like Meta Knight.
Those are like... Oh, I love Meta Knight. In the... Yeah. He was also on the... I had the 3DS one for a while, and he was on that, and he was my like go-to for a while.
I tried to get into Game & Watch. I tried to make him my main, but I never quite worked, so...
Yeah, I love the way that he looks in the game, but I never.
Yeah, he's very slow.
So wow, Ice Climbers is such a bold choice. I really respect that. That's like you never hear.
I just feel like
I just
feel like Ice Climbers is like because there's two of them and like
it's sound logic.
Like you
sound logic, and they're adorable. And yet that eggplant going on is always a fun element.
They're actually like pretty powerful in some cases. So. Yeah, so there you go.
But yeah, there you go. So okay, so Majesty you don't like.
I cannot stand. I don't know why. Well, yeah, I do know why. It's Labyrinth's hook. Those like piano chords. It's just like so out of character and just like. I hate his like falsetto. It's like, I would much rather like, someone with that actual vocal range be singing that hook. Instead of this guy going, like it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work, especially after the like epic, like expansive instrumental that Ganja Burns had. Like that felt really
yeah.
And then it just goes to this like little dinky like beep 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 like piano line, and it just doesn't work. I just don't think it's.
Yeah, I do. I definitely, the Majesty was another one I was on the fence on because of that hook, and then also because of Eminem.
Yeah, I can't
don't like him in there.
Eminem's verse. It's just like, he's just like, I'm gonna show off as much as I can for no reason.
It's literally, he could have just turned on the mic and said, "Hey, I'm Eminem and I'm doing a feature. This is a feature by Eminem. Thanks." That's all that happened.
His verse is like twice as long as hers.
Oh yeah, it goes on for way too long. I can't remember a single word that he says in it either. Like nothing.
Yeah, I love that you
texted
me. It's like, you wish you just said Eminem. That would have been so funny.
That's basically what he's saying, though. He's Eminem. Like that's as much content as what he is actually saying.
I'm looking at the Genius page right now. I'm gonna like read the lyrics verbatim to see like what he actually says, because it's probably absolute bullshit.
God, that's got to be the longest Genius page.
Yeah.
Like, the thing I do like about the song though is like, if you like the way that it evolves.
Yeah, it has a nice progression, and I like
and that weird ending.
Yeah, like the piano part, like the hook is the part I don't like, but the instrumental during the verses is different than the hook, and I like that part. Like that's decent sounding.
Yeah.
Okay, so this fast part of his verse starts with, You ain't dealing with a fucking featherweight. I used to meditate until I get a fucking bellyache, and now I'm finna step on the pedal. Don't want to ever break. I want to accelerate to a level that I can elevate. Demented with the pen, I'll make the motherfucker detonate. I want to make it a cappella. Wait, I gotta set a date with the devil and celebrate together. We can renovate and redevelop pillow weights, and I'm gonna get a special place. Now take a ride with me, hop into my time machine. I'm gonna take a driver's seat and thrust into hyperspeed. Like I'm a meteorite, the fucking media right in the behind. I'm a human encyclopedia. What the fuck? A human encyclopedia.
I could that I like. It sounds good. What he's saying.
Yeah, but just
human encyclopedia.
But yeah.
What are you talking about?
No, the next line. I must be like pie crust because I was bred to rise like I was yeast.
What? That's
did
great.
you hear he had an album come out last year? Did you hear about it? Eminem.
Oh no.
It was called Revival.
At all.
Oh
yeesh.
And it was it's like a continuation of the series because he had Relapse Recovery. And then this one.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure you know those are his least popular albums.
I'm sure.
And Revival. Yeah. I didn't listen to it, but I heard a lot of bad things about it. The cover of the album is the American flag, but there's there's like a very I guess low opacity image of him with like his head on his forehead, like he's like so fed up. And it's supposed to be his like political album. There's so many anti-Trump songs, but it's like so heavy-handed, and like the image of that cover is like my feelings about Eminem. It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm looking at that image.
Yeah.
That is exactly the feeling. Yeah. When you're listening, it's just like oh, Eminem.
Really? If me and Evan continue this because he went back to Austin, that's why we stopped doing it. But if he comes back in town and we do this again, really? I actually want to listen to the Slim Shady LP because, like, I've heard that's a good album, but my opinion of Eminem is currently negative. So, like, what I
okay, I've heard some song. I heard some album that I listened to a few times from that era, and I definitely remember really liking.
I'm sure.
It's either that one or
I'm sure he's got some gold in his back catalog, but I don't like imagining him being a pie crust.
I kind of like him as a pie crust. I see him as a pie crust. I just also want to say that, speaking of Evan, that rap that you did, which I didn't say, but like bravo, like that was great. That would have been a perfect application of a shaker.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, it does. I mean, he does. I mean, it is well written to like roll off the tongue, I guess. And you're never gonna reach these heights; they're just too high to reach, and I ain't even reached my fucking highest. You better pick another game, try hide and seek, and you might want to decide to cheat, 'cause you gotta open your eyes to peek. Am I indeed the last of a dying breed? Even if you fire breathe, it ain't shit. You can't say it to inspire heat. That's actually a pretty good line right there. If you were, oh, this is the line that I hated. If you wrapped your entire meat pad up in a dryer sheet, and I'm back to rule the kingdom of fuck it. What does that even mean?
What? Roll your meat up in a dryer sheet? What'd you say, Eminem?
Even mean?
What?
I hate.
Wow.
So yeah, this is my least favorite song, and I'm sure you understand why.
I can get behind that. I would if I think that if you cut out that Eminem part and then made the hook better, it would be a great song. Would. But as is, it's like pretty good.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, I can understand that. But yeah, like I was pretty impressed. Like besides Majesty, I was impressed pretty much up until Thought I Knew You, which I think is probably the weakest track on the whole album. I mean, not that
definitely.
Like Majesty is my least favorite, but Thought I Knew You is like just one that's just like it's just generic and just kind of mediocre.
Yeah, exactly. That was the like Rich Sex and of all the trap ones, like a lot of them were like all right, but that one was like pure nothing. I felt like
I mean, I like The Weeknd, but I generally like him by himself. I don't think he really fit in this case, in this context. So yeah, that's, and then another one that I would take out is Nip Tuck. I just don't think that really I didn't really
Yeah,
like that.
truly just.
And I
pretty
was excited because I
forgettable,
thought I would
kinda.
like a track called Nip Tuck, but I didn't.
Why did you? Why did
I'm
you?
just
in
I'm just
particular think you'd
excited.
Like that?
I was just excited to hear a song called Nip Tuck. Like, have you ever? I've never heard a song called that, so that's.
I haven't either. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. This is the only example I can think of. And what sucks is that that's a great song title, and I feel like that could be a great song. Whatever song is called that might be good,
Yeah,
but
but
now
it's
it's
not.
ruined because this is my
Right,
association.
yeah. Don't worry.
I also-
one of
I-
the tracks on my new ambient album will be called Nip Tuck, and it'll be white.
Oh yes, yes. You have to have like a really like ambient sample of that song, like how you did that one sample of that Christmas song in your Christmas album.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. Which
Oh Jesus.
just by the way, that's the creepiest thing ever. The way you use that sample.
Are you talking about in my latest where I had the Mariah
It's that-
Carey
the-
thing?
It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Dude, I loved that.
That's one of your best Christmas album moves. Was putting that in there.
Yeah, I love that.
Like in your whole Christmas
It
album.
was inspired by that Vine of Gabriel Gundecker where he was haunted by that song because, like, during the Christmas season that song is everywhere. Like, you can't escape it. So
yes.
that was the idea. It's like that little drum beat, that da 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 da. It's just always like lingering in the back of your head during Christmas time.
And like, yeah. And I love the way the way it loops.
Yeah.
The like da 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 da.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
forever.
That's
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
oh my
So,
god.
yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Do you know what is an LLC? Because I tried googling. I couldn't find it.
It's like a company title.
Oh yeah.
Limited
that's what
liability company. So it's like.
I thought
It's
it
like
was like lame loser cookie or something.
Tim, you're a lame loser cookie. I
'cause-
tell you what.
That's messed up. I can't believe you said that to me on air.
This is.
You're a lanky, limp kebab. Wait, that's with a K.
No, that's even more offensive because you used the wrong consonant for that word. No, but like
a crab. You're a lanky, limp crab.
I'd prefer to be a lanky crab than what I am now. So.
What? Really? Do you know? Have you ever seen a lanky crab?
No, I don't know what that is.
I don't know. It's not. I
Like
don't
a
think it's a
crab
thing,
that's
but just like a crab.
I'm just saying.
Like, actually, have you ever seen a spider
just-
crab? I'm just thinking of like, I mean, the crabs. The worst part about crabs are their freaky legs, and so if a lanky crab, whatever that would be, would have more of those legs, and I'm not.
I'm
into
just
that.
saying I want to be thinner than I am now. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, but at the price of being a crab,
I'd consider it.
you
yeah.
consider it?
I would have
Wow.
some. I would talk to my guru about it.
You're
My taste guru. Would
Your
that be a
taste
part of?
guru.
Would that be a
That's
part of my
kind of-
taste? Being a crab.
I mean, it's your hour. You know, you spend it talking about
Exactly.
whatever you want.
Yeah. So LLC is like when you have ink at the end of a company name. It's like LLC.
Okay. So then, how did Nicki turn that whoever this broad is into?
That means
an
she like
LLC?
made her like the boss or like a high in a high office, like a CEO or something.
Oh, what? I thought that meant. I thought it was like a diss. I thought it was an insult. I thought that the whole thing was that she
I don't know.
some
Let me
beezy.
let's look at
was,
the lyrics.
you know-
Let me take a look at some genius annotations.
Let's open up LLC. Oh, yeah, why didn't I check Genius? That's gonna tell me what 10 people who like Nicki Minaj's music think it's about.
Well, actually, all the lyrics on
Which is
this
as
are
good as we're gonna
verified.
get.
It says.
Verified by
I think
her?
so.
Is that what that
Yeah,
means?
it has that green check mark.
Oh
that means
my
that
God,
she
yeah.
wrote the annotations.
That is so cool. I would never expect her to do that.
Oh. Wait.
Lowest celebrity.
Okay, so you. Oh, okay. So it's not. It doesn't have to do with a limited liability company. That's what I thought it meant.
Oh. I think that's I kind of like
That's a
that,
big
though,
diss, yeah. Because it's like you're a celebrity, but you're not really that.
No, I like LLC. Like, I took her name and made the bitch a corporation. Like, that's that's a really positive song about helping out a friend.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
thought she was
nice.
saying that, like, she made, like, she helped, like, she helped pave the way for female rappers to, like, make it big. That's what I thought it meant.
Oh, yeah.
But no, she's absolutely dissing whoever this is.
Oh my god, okay.
So, yeah, anyway.
Well, I feel like I'm King Kong. Name still going. Ding dong. What does she rap like that?
I want you to make an album where you just do that, where you rap like that. And you have like these fun, like, cute little beats. Like,
I'm surprised I haven't made that
no,
album already, honestly.
it's in
It
in
feels
you.
like I
you have
would've.
one in you.
It is just sitting there dormant, waiting, and I really hope you didn't just awaken it.
I hope I did.
So
I hope it's like, I hope I awaken
God.
like the Kraken, and it's just gonna.
The Kraken, but it's silly.
But it's silly raps.
Kid-friendly pop songs. They'd be kind of. I would make them kid rap songs.
Yeah, like children.
You know,
yeah.
but like, you know, it's like we take some tiptoes into the deep end. We go a little bit. We say some things that are a little iffy.
Risque.
You know, walking the line. A little risque. I don't know if you know what that means, but
I think I do.
I think you do.
Might. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know what it means.
Well, anyway.
Stuff a couple stacks up in there, bitch. Get on your feet.
So, other song. I don't know. Are we talking about songs that we didn't like very much?
I don't know. We're talking about whatever
what
we
we're
want to
talking
talk about.
Yeah,
this is our show. Well, it's your show, but
it's our show. Like, I'm not like the thing about the Martini Police that I set out with is I wasn't sure if Evan was going to be the co-host every time. So the idea was that just anyone could be called the Martini Police. Like, I did one episode with my girlfriend, and I didn't say featuring my girl. Like, she was just a part.
Really? Wait,
she was the second episode. We did Temperex's Care album.
Oh my gosh! I thought it was always you and Evan plus.
There was
like,
one that was me and her, and then the rest are me and Evan. And then the Europop one, we invited a third guy in, but that was it. So.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, the Martini. I feel like the Martini Police could just be anyone. So that's why I. Yeah.
That's
so
beautiful.
I'm not saying that this is like feat Tim Blakely or featuring Nice Tunes. This is still just the Martini Police as pure as it could be.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah,
very pure. It's. I'm a part of the moving machine of Martini Police that is bigger than all of us.
I guess you could say you could say it's inspired by that whole stupid joke that I keep talking about with Nice Tunes about how it's like,
oh my god,
it's like every facet of existence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the existentialist like Nice
like
Tune theory.
like the podcast will eventually be neither me or
everything.
Neither
nice
me
tunes.
or Evan will be hosting it. It'll be two other people, and they won't be talking about music.
And they will never. They won't even know who you are.
That's how far this will go.
Yeah,
that's my ambition for the Martini Police.
Honestly, I think that maybe the thing is that Martini Police, in the same way that these things are vague and indescribable, Martini Police in a way is Nice Tunes.
Yeah, exactly. It's an incarnation of Nice Tunes. And
so therefore, like, I think that what we spoke about of everything becoming Nice Tunes, that's like Martini Police. Like that's how it will become
that's what's
something
happening
bigger
right now. It's just under a different name. Oh wow, we've created a monster. Can you believe this?
Oh my god,
life's so good.
Wow,
I'm very glad. I'm really glad we did this.
Good. Yeah, no, this has been a great 2 hours and 53 minutes.
Holy crap, this is a 3-hour podcast.
How many minutes is that? That'd be like
180 minutes.
It's been honestly, roughly 180 of my favorite minutes. Like
I gotta say top.
You know, like in the list of my 10,000 favorite minutes.
Yeah, this is
these
in my
are
top
definitely
10,000 minutes.
I'm gonna start saying that to people. You know, this
I'm gonna
minute's
come out with a video. I'm gonna come out with a video, and it's like, all right, guys, I'm now rating my top 10,000 minutes of 2018, starting with number 10,000.
The video is like literally 10,000 minutes long. Because I'm imagining you're like, we get to see footage of every minute somehow.
I'm just gonna be describing every minute by minute. Like literally. So it's like,
this was a really good
this
minute.
Next minute was also from this episode
happened.
of the Martini Police, where I was talking to Tim.
Yeah, it was actually, you know, it was the minute that came after the last minute I mentioned. So
we were talking about the same thing.
Yeah, we were talking about the same thing because we usually talk about one thing for about an hour. We've talked about roughly 3 things, I think. It's been like, we've talked about the Martini Police, country music, and that SoundCloud villain.
And Nicki Minaj a little bit.
A little bit.
We mentioned it. It's a little footnote.
Yeah. Just a little footnote, which is how, I mean, that's how I think it should be in a music review podcast.
Right,
like,
yeah, no, that's
you know, that
was the basic blueprint that I ripped off of Nice Tunes. Is like, it's a music podcast, but we put off the music as long as possible.
Exactly. Well, see, the best part is that Andy took that idea 1,000,000% from the podcast You Two Talking You Two to Me.
Oh, what is that?
Or You Talking You Talking You Two to Me. It's a podcast by Adam Scott and Scott Aukerman. Adam Scott's like, he's from Parks and Rec, you know? And it's a podcast where they talk about they go through album by album through U2's discography and review them, but it's like Nice Tunes where they don't talk about the album for like an hour.
Oh, that's
at least,
awesome.
Basically every episode, it's just nonsense.
Oh, I'm so glad that
so
I didn't rip it off of Andy, but I just ripped it off of something else.
Oh yeah, no, you ripped off a ripoff.
Yeah,
so it's perfect.
So I can claim it. It's original. It's that far
Exactly.
associated.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
It's all you. It's all you. Okay, I feel like this is a good time to end, and also my grandma really wants me to go help her dig a hole. So I think
dig a hole. Why?
Well, it's several holes, not just
It's
one big hole,
midnight.
because that sounds way scarier. Yeah, she operates on a very different schedule than
Okay.
most people.
Huh.
She wakes up about 1 most days. So,
1 in the
you know.
morning?
No,
Oh,
in the
okay.
afternoon.
Okay, I guess that makes
Yeah.
sense. So what are your
Yeah.
final thoughts on Queen?
I'd say final thoughts, like, I liked it. That was like, I think my favorite Nicki Minaj album.
Oh, you think so?
Of the like 2.5, because I haven't really like listened a lot to Roman
Okay.
Reloaded. So that might be like the best.
Well,
but
I don't know. I still can't decide whether I like Pink Friday or Roman Reloaded. The thing I appreciate about Roman Reloaded is like there are parts of that album that are just so like really weird for an album of its visibility. Like there's there's this song on there called "Come on a Cone," that's like the most batshit insane rap song I've ever heard. Almost, it's like so like the instrumental is just like this horribly like it's like a siren. It's so strange. I don't know why it's a pop song, but anyway, this is like I definitely love this better than the Pink Print, and I definitely I can see myself returning to it way more often than that.
Yeah. Like if especially after I give like the condensed version a listen, I feel like that would probably be something I could listen to a ton.
Yeah.
You know, like if it weren't so bloated, I would be in love with this album. I think.
I'm still like kind of disappointed that she hasn't like. I feel like she's been in the game long enough to where she should have dropped like a fantastic like tight, like we were talking about, like a solid album.
Yeah, exactly.
But she still just hasn't done that yet. I feel like I don't know if it's gonna happen anytime.
Yeah, I think I have a feeling that like her process must just be like so like different from the kind of thing that would result in that. I just think that she like it seems like she just kind of like really like sporadically makes tons of stuff.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. 'Cause
you know,
she just kind of drops tracks
it just seems
here
like
and there, and then
exactly, yeah.
Huh.
And
Okay.
yeah.
So, but generally positive. I would say so as well.
Yeah. Would you? Yeah. Is it?
Oh, I did want to
Yeah,
say one
that's-
other thing. This, the last track, and subsequently the outro, the worst, like the least, like
yeah.
that's the last track I would choose out of all of these to end it. Like it doesn't sound
Yeah.
at all the ending.
Yeah, we definitely we didn't talk about that, but it definitely it's like
the first.
and the fact that it has outro in the name, it's like that does not. Sound
It's
like
just
an
the
outro.
same. It's the same.
sounds like-
It's the same beat and everything. It's like not even a little different. It just sounds like the end of the song.
Yeah.
And when I first,
also it was a fade out.
it was
right?
another fade out too. And the first
so,
time I listened to the album, I was like, "Wait, that's it? It's done? Like that's the song you chose to end on? Like that's
Exactly,
a middle. That's like I would put that like smack dab in the middle almost of the album.
This is we're talking a track 7 song here. This is easily a track 5 at
So
most.
it's just so
Like-
strange. But anyway, but still, I'm walking away with my head up on this album.
yeah. I mean, like literally, I have like recommended to people to listen to this as I've been listening to it. Like,
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
so
that's
it's
a
definitely-
really good.
you know that I feel like that's almost like a concrete indicator.
Yeah, I
of how
would
you
say
feel about an
that's
album. So
pretty definitive. So,
Yeah.
all right, well,
yeah, what is I definitely have not made it to the very end of any Martini Police episode, so I don't know what's your like. Do you have a rating system?
no,
for
we don't
albums?
rate them. We just did what we just did basically. We just
Yeah, you
kind of
just
say
talk
what our
about it?
general
Okay.
feelings are.
Oh.
Especially you.
Yeah, so it's like a
It's like a podcast.
It's,
Like if you heard you heard a podcast
Yeah.
before, it's like that.
I have heard. Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but generally because we would do the episodes live on Radio UCD, we had a block for it, so we had like a hard deadline that we had to finish the episode by. So we generally would kind of wrap it up by 2 hours. So I'm very glad we didn't have that
And also,
restriction here because I enjoyed that we talked for so long.
I know. Well, because we literally had 6 months
I know,
of pent up
and we need
conversation.
to-
Like,
Like, don't lose me. Contact me again soon.
yeah, same. Yeah. Also, like. Do you go like long periods of time without talking to some of your best friends? Because I definitely do that. Like, does that happen to you?
Yeah,
often?
sometimes, but like I would say people who I consider my best friends right now at this point in my life are very like near me generally because they go to the same school as me and they're doing the same things.
yeah.
So I don't lose track of them, but yeah, no, I would definitely agree with that. There's some people who like I just follow on social media but don't talk to as much. But I'm saying I don't want that to be the case here.
Oh no, but I mean, like, see, I just know a lot of people where like it'll be like several months of that, and then it's like immediately like you talk again, and it's like you know, and it's as if nothing had changed. That's kind of a cliche of like friendship.
No, I see what you're saying.
That's my description of friendship there was very derivative, and I apologize for that.
I'm so disappointed in the fact that your description of friendship wasn't nuanced and forward thinking.
Very unnuanced, immature. In my proficiency of it.
I'm thinking of
doing it.
friendship like on another plane. Like I'm ahead of you as far as my definition is like so much more progressive than yours.
Wow. I have a very conservative definition of friendship. My conception of friendship is extremely Republican. Whatever that means.
Bernie Sanders would really get down with my definition personally. But
you are
I'm
hard
a
left
hard
wing
left
on your friendship.
Man.
Yeah. Alt-right friendship.
Oh God.
Alt-wrong friendship. Boom, baby. All right. More like all wrong.
That is such like an obvious insult. How have I never heard that before?
Honestly, yeah.
How has
have I
no
not
one
even
ever
said
said
that?
alt wrong? Is that something that someone has
That
said?
was that was the least amount of brain work that I could have possibly done to think of a joke there. Like that was
Yeah,
the
but no
single
one has
lowest
said-
hanging fruit.
no
I've
one has
never
said
heard
that.
it. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna say that about every alt-right person now.
I'm glad. Please use that.
So if you've heard of alt wrong journalist Alex Jones, etc., etc. I don't want to talk about fucking Infowars on this podcast.
No, let's go full political. Let's do a full another 3 hours of pure political chat.
Have you taken a test?
I couldn't-
Like, have you pinned yourself on like the quadrant graph? Like, have you taken one of those tests where it like
What? I don't even know what that is.
well, there's like a graph where like the y-axis is authoritarian versus libertarian, and then the x-axis is conservative / liberal. You know what I mean? And you like take a test, and it'll place you. It'll put a point for you on that graph of like where you stand.
Ooh, okay, that's exactly the kind of thing that I'm
Yeah.
into. Is taking
You
online
need to.
quizzes
I think
like
you need
that,
to figure out
so
where you are.
I would guess that I'm as left. I'm like as liberal and libertarian.
You
Probably.
think you're in the lower left?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of a. I definitely believe in socialism though.
That's in that
like,
area.
Is socialism? That's far from libertarian though, right?
Well, yeah, but it's also not. Here, I'll show you. I'm gonna look one up right now.
Yeah, I mean I'm looking at it. I just don't really. I guess
You're
I don't
looking
know
at it right now.
Yeah. Okay, economic freedom.
Well, yeah, like because I took one and it said I was anarcho-socialist, which is pretty like almost to the corner of the lower left.
Okay, yeah. Well, then that's exactly how I would describe myself. Is
Ellie took
anarchism
the
and
list
socialism.
or took the test, and she was anarcho-communist, which is like literally right in the corner, like very
Oh my god.
like zero hierarchy of control and power and like all that kind of stuff. Oh my god, we literally could talk if we like didn't stop ourselves.
Yeah, no. yeah, genuinely.
Okay, so
Okay, we'll save it for the next one.
no, if we actually do start the spin-off one, we're pinning this convo and we'll pick it up over there as we're reacting to this.
Oh yeah. Oh Jesus. Because we'll.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that'll be good.
thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
I very much appreciate.
I have enjoyed this
me too.
deeply.
Thoroughly.
Yes. Completely.
And totally. I hope you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I hope you enjoy your hole digging.
Oh, I think I will.
Hope you
Digging a hole.
make a big old hole.
Big ol' hole. They call me Big Ol' Hole Tim, so because I dig a big ol' hole. It's because I dig a big ol' hole.
Tim Big Ol' Hole Blakely.
Blakely, Big Hole Blakely.
Imagine someone just walking up to you and saying, "Hey, Big Ol' Hole, what's up, man?"
I don't have to imagine that. That's how people constantly.
That's how people greet.
People yell that at me in the streets. Hey, Big Ol' Hole Blakely.
It's like sounds like a WWE wrestler, but it's just like a terrible one, like one that just is so bad. It's Big Ol' Hole.
He's just big. He just comes out and everyone boos. No one likes him. He has no
Absolutely
fans.
But
Big Ol'
somehow
Hole.
it keeps playing in the circuit.
Yeah, I'm picturing his logo as a circle, and the thing is, you don't. It's like it's supposed to be a hole, but it's such a bad logo you can't tell because he's so bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's even his logo is shitty.
That's hilarious. Okay, so yes, we have to be done now. So this is
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. So what were we saying?
Yeah, TY
goodbye.
and bye.
That's what we were saying, I think. TY and
Bye.
bye.
Okay, stop.